Three, two, one. Get the refit chat up. I don't know why I could not get their chat app to work on my computer. I got to do it from their website.
Apple.
What chat? Is there like a chat link to this external or something?
Well, this restreams out to God, 4 different
Welcome to r/entitled people, where we
4 different streaming services, I think.
It streams out to the multiverse.
Yeah, pretty much. And the chat app from the restream goes to all of them.
Okay.
So you don't have to like try and watch all of them to figure out what's going on.
Gotcha.
So what's up with you, Mike?
Not much. Just thinking about starting a fire. Decisions.
Oh, that's
Raining out earlier, but it's nice now.
oh
Nice
man,
and-
it raining today here.
Yep. It was raining pretty much most of the day yesterday. I like it though because it cooled things down. It was like freaking hot as shit earlier in the week. Well, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed out. According to
Now
my
it's-
wife.
It's like probably 60 degrees out here. It's great.
She has a bunch of stupid rules.
Who, your wife?
Yeah. Like I'm only allowed to buy a single rose. I am not allowed to buy the dozen anymore.
Is that right? Well, that saves you money. And it's
So-
more meaningful. It's classy.
So I came home today with 2. I figure I'll just buy a bunch of single roses.
There you go.
Circumvent it.
Dozen single roses.
Circumvent the system. It's like
By shooting yourself in the foot.
Listen, she got up at 4:30 in the morning for me, so
Someone's popping off some fireworks.
yeah, I expect they're going to get that here over the weekend. Poor dog is going to go nuts.
And let the triggering begin.
He was going nuts last night with the rain and the thunder.
Do you ever think he might just be nuts?
Well, he is a dog.
Is he a small dog? What kind of dog is he?
He's part poodle and I think part Shih Tzu.
Yep, self-explanatory. He's nuts.
But he's generally pretty good.
Oh man, I should have started a fire. I still could. You hear that?
Can't get it going, or
No, I could. It's just a matter of I'd have to make some kindling and start it. That's all.
Yeah, those are banned in Washington.
Fires.
and fireworks. I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Firework.
Yeah, because of the forest fire threat.
Oh,
It's too dry.
they do the burn bans here sometimes. They'll call out when you're not allowed to burn because it's been too dry.
Oh, this is an annual thing.
Yeah,
all year long. No fireworks.
It'll go back and forth, back and forth.
yeah, we're doing, our big problem now is too much rain.
Well, living in an area that floods to the point Walmart disappears, yeah, you can keep the rain for a while.
This poor guy next to me, it held up his house. He's building a new home, and had like a month and a half. Like the weather was just, they couldn't work on it.
That sucks.
Ugh.
Disclaimer time?
I think everybody's probably heard it, but we could read it just in
It's up
case.
to you.
Hello
don't
and
care.
welcome to Project Refit. Hello, puppy. What do you want?
That's a new one.
I think he wants to say hi. You want to say hi to everybody? All right.
And
come up
there
here.
is your disclaimer.
Come here.
Say
on up.
hi to the puppy.
Looks like an Ewok.
Yeah. He's actually got a little robe like an Ewok. All right.
Okay, that's a cutie.
You okay? All right. Hop down. Hop down.
Yeah. Well, off the fire, I guess. No fire. Hopefully, I'll
Yeah.
go to sleep early. I was up late last night. I'm still recovering. Had a buddy come in up from New York that I haven't seen in a while, so we were just getting after it last night. And Jim Thorpe.
Mm.
We went to this bar and they had an open mic night there. And man, the dudes that were playing and singing, they were good. One guy had a harmonica and they could all sing, you know. It was nice to run into something like that where they, you know what I mean? Usually it's just like a nightmare.
Yeah. My poor
Right, but these guys
grandson.
are good.
My poor grandson is he takes after my son. He could pick up an instrument and in a few days he's like passable on it if he's not outright good. And so he's been taking piano lessons for a while, and I told him you should start taking guitar too, because you know girls like a guitar player, and you can bring a guitar with you. You can't drag your piano. And so he got a guitar. I guess he's been playing for about 2 weeks, and his mother has him. He has to play in church on Sunday by himself because the other two people called and said they're going to be away for the weekend, I guess. So he gets to accompany her. So he was at the house today and they were practicing. He's pretty good for never having had a lesson, especially.
How old is he?
14.
Yeah, I tried playing guitar. I don't really know how to play it. I gave up.
Yeah, I knew like 3 chords and I sing in a monotone. So it was like, 4 or 5 Johnny Cash songs I could do, and that was it.
I did learn to play the piano when I was younger for a bit. I don't think I can really play much anymore, but took lessons for like a year. And then my old man's like, do you want to play piano? I was like, no, because he played piano and he was good.
Look, there's a
Yeah.
blast from
He
the
played
past.
band and everything.
There she is. That must mean there's no games going on tonight.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hello.
How are you?
What up? Oh, loving this sinus infection or whatever the heck it is. But I'm good otherwise. How are you guys?
I'm hanging in there.
Yep.
Life hasn't killed you yet?
Who was that directed to?
Oh, to you.
Not yet. I am still above ground, so I'm doing good. Hung my show
How
at
you doing,
the
Jeremy?
Must be MIA.
I'm here. I'm just rolling around.
All
He's
right.
always here. Just got out of Celebrate Recovery tonight. It was pretty good.
Nice.
Kind of like, it's like AA or NA or like any like hurt, habit, or hang up you got, which is pretty much all the people in the world.
Yeah.
You just
Mm.
go and you share your feels and you learn stuff.
probably stuff you really didn't want to learn, but
50-50.
Right?
so you're in a sharing mood tonight.
No. I'm in a pizza mood.
Bullshit.
Mm.
That's one of my addictions, right?
I love pizza.
Me too.
Everybody hide your feces.
We
Okay.
have 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we're like a little tiny town, and we have like a dozen pizza places. I think it's
Wow.
like one for every 1,000 people.
I'm in the Poconos here in the woods, and there's 1, 2. There's 3 pizza places within like just a couple miles of me. It's always pizza.
That's because campers, it's easy to get a pizza.
Okay, everybody stop rubbing it in my face. There's 3 within 50 miles.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
man.
You have to learn how to make your own.
Right, be a cripple in a wheelchair.
Well, they can renovate your house to be like really much shorter so you can reach the oven.
Yeah, that doesn't help with making the actual pizza.
I guess not. I don't know. I tried. I give up.
Mhm.
So you're a girl. Tell me what you think of this rule.
No, I'm not.
I am only allowed to buy single roses from now on.
What did you do?
I just got a dozen, and I usually get a single one, but last couple of times I've been buying them by the dozen, and I was told it was too much. So I'm only allowed to buy a single rose.
Well,
So yesterday I got one. Today I came home with 2. I mean, she didn't tell me how often. So
oh, that's funny.
hey, if there's a workaround, I'll find it.
The best way to do is ask, but doesn't mean they'll know the answer.
Well, she said I am like the king of finding the loophole. So you just told me 1. You didn't say how often. So
That's funny.
I figure she deserves the best and got stuck with me. So I got to do what I
Oh.
can.
Here's an idea. Buy her 1 metal rose per month. So in 12 months, she'll have a dozen roses.
That never die.
That never or die.
That might actually. I'm gonna see if they sell metal roses on Amazon.
Oh, Etsy has them too. I just bought some for my mother for Mother's Day for her to put out in her garden, some flowers. They're pretty cool.
I would get chocolate roses, but she's always on some kind of weird diet.
Hmm.
Slippery slope.
Well, I guess that
Dangerous
leaves out the
waters.
chocolate syrup on a Friday night, huh?
Not even whipped cream, and I got sugar free.
Oh boy.
Hey, I do what I can to help.
Oh boy.
Or have gas.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Nothing says I love you like sugar-free gummy bears that make someone stuck on the toilet for a night or two.
Well, I have brought her car in for service, and it was like pouring rain when we went to pick it up. I said, "I'll get out and get your car. You stay in here so you don't get wet." And I stopped on the way home, and I got her a rose. I actually got her two because they were both single roses. So I figured, it must have been okay. And then I filled her car up with gas, and I got a text a little while ago. My car took $28 worth of gas. Yeah. Why did you put gas in it? I said, because it needed it. I don't know. She is just not into romance this year.
Oh, so it's just this year. Well, maybe she's going through menopause. It was too soon.
I kind of doubt that, but it might be because she's turning 60 this year.
Could be. Or underlining stress. Has
Yeah, I
she
have.
changed any habits lately?
Yeah, I've kind of been stressing her out a lot, but
Ah,
I told her I need to join a gym or something. And so I dropped her off from work this morning while they worked on her car. I stopped at one of the local gyms, and she goes, "Which one?" I said, "Well, they do MMA and weight training." She's like, "You're going to try MMA?" And I said, "Well, it was a thought." She said, you can't stand on one leg. How are you going to kick? I said, "Well, we'll figure it out."
it's true. There's always a workaround.
I was actually thinking about the weight training, but the girl that does that only does group classes, and it's only once a week. So I don't know how much good weight training once a week is.
No. No. I do 3 days a week, and I feel like that's not necessarily enough.
Well, I was thinking about Planet Fitness, and I said something to the cardiologist last time I was there, and he laughed at me. It's like, yeah, he says, "I don't think you're ready for a gym yet."
Oh, please. How about I came to a CrossFit gym. Now, hear me out. It's not a cult. Not this one anyway. It's nothing crazy. But I started going to this CrossFit gym during COVID, actually. And I just wasn't ready for group classes. I just decided to do a personal training thing because I needed someone there to be my cheerleader, to encourage me, not in an overt way, but just, they're dedicating their time to me and only me. And then, building me up at my speed that my body can handle, and just making sure that I'm doing things right. And after a year of doing this, I realized that that was one of the best things I could have ever done, because when I go to a gym, I actually don't know what I'm doing. And then a lot of gyms are full of really useless equipment that I hated doing. But the kind of workouts we do are actually, they're really fun. They're really hard. But see, I have so many physical issues that happen.
Yeah, that's
Um,
my problem too.
Right. And all I had to do was make sure I have a right trainer who's listening to me, who is excited to discover new ways to challenge me despite those injuries. And I've actually gotten to the point where I'm not having as many problems with those areas because we've been building up those little muscles that I didn't know I didn't have. So all that to be said is you have somebody who's taking care of those issues with you and coming alongside you and supporting you.
Well, I just
You
need
can do
somebody to
anything.
make sure I don't pass out.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, but there's always workarounds.
You know, last week I had started going for a little walk under protest because she said, "You're not ready." I said, "Yeah, I'm ready." And she caught me a couple times. And so I waited because she goes over her dad's every night. I waited till she went to her dad's, and I know that she leaves there at 8 o'clock to come home. So I figured I want to do about a half mile. That should be about 20 minutes. And it only took me 15, but I called her. I said, "Are you coming home after you visit your dad?" She said, "Yeah, why?" I said, "How you coming home?" And she said, "Same way I always come home." I said, "Okay." I said, "Just keep an eye out." And so I got yelled at for doing a half mile walk, and or in my case, a half mile hobble. And I did it the next night. And then Saturday, I did a model workshop, and I get there, and I did not realize when I signed up for it that the guy's studio was on the third floor of an industrial building. So it was
Oh.
like a flight and a half of stairs each story, and he was on the third floor. So I made it up with my 20-pound camera bag, and it was actually harder going down for some reason. I don't know why.
Huh.
And then this week it's been like so ungodly hot. She's like, "Don't even go outside because you'll just go right into heart failure and die on me." But
Please don't do that.
I know I promised her I wouldn't almost die. So next time I got to make sure I get it right.
Wow. Just don't give her a dozen roses at once ever again. Or your wife, anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, she was not
Then you won't
happy.
die.
Probably might have had something to do with the cat eating them, but which I don't get. It makes no sense. If there's one, he'll pretty much leave it alone. But if there's a whole bunch, he's got to like go and taste them.
Have to kill the bush.
There we go. More rolling. All the Jameses are here. Well, we're missing one.
Yeah,
There
my
you go, guys.
James
Happy
is-
4th of July.
Oh,
This is Fort Meade.
hi!
This is Fort Meade fireworks. I
You didn't
can't hear
invite me,
y'all.
James.
Hold on, I
They're
can't
doing
hear
them
y'all right
tonight?
now. It's noisy.
Yeah, they're doing them on tonight.
Jesus.
I'm not really into fireworks, so I didn't go.
Last year, I got to fly my drone in my sister-in-law's neighborhood and got a 360 view of all the houses doing fireworks. It was nuts. But this year, we're going to be at a friend's house, which is close to the airport. So, like, the firmware on it won't even let me get up in the air. Sucks.
Really? The firmware?
Yeah, because they don't trust people to use their better judgment that if you're within 5 miles of an airport, that you shouldn't be flying. Even though you're
Yeah.
not allowed to go over the 400-foot ceiling, it only takes
That
one.
doesn't make any dang sense. Like, you're way too low for aircraft. Okay,
Well,
whatever.
if you're in that 5 mile radius though, as the planes are taking off or landing, you could be in that 500 to 600 foot altitude. And if you drones, you can go as high as 1,000. You
I
just
didn't
have to
know they went that
program it
high.
and let it go. Yeah,
Wow.
I've sent my drone like 1.5 miles away, and I almost lost it.
Dude. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. The wind took it. My dumbass was flying downwind and had to fly back upwind when my battery was low. So I couldn't, it was like 25-mile-an-hour winds. That was Thanksgiving 3 years ago.
I'm glad you didn't lose it. Ah!
Yeah, me
Pizza!
too. It was only a few
No!
months old at that point.
Sorry, I had to rescue my pizza.
Yeah, pizza. I wanted pizza tonight. We ended up getting Chinese.
Ew.
More
Pizza's definitely
MSG.
better. Yeah, go MSG!
MSG for life. Hiya.
What was that?
You never seen Uncle
Trying to
Roger?
think. Yeah.
That cracks me up.
Oh,
Jimmy
my
Dean,
gosh.
you taking notes on what all the stuff they're doing wrong with the fireworks?
What's up?
I said, you
Yeah.
taking notes
You
all the
like
stuff
that
they're
one
doing
too
wrong
close
on the
together.
fireworks?
What's going on with the fireworks?
Always.
I'm watching the fireworks. Well, they're so pretty.
I think it's a lot easier to see him than just to hear him.
Hey,
How you doing? Yeah, man.
Good, good.
Is that a
All right.
fairground or are you?
Yeah, it's this is
Is that the parade field? Yeah.
so well. I'm gonna sign off, friends that we were meeting here. So, but I just wanted to say, hey, happy 4th of July.
That's
Just
what
show
Well,
off.
same to
Happy
you.
4th, James.
Yeah, man. Oh, anywho,
Do it up.
all right.
Do it upright.
Hey, James, before you
Right.
go, did you hear about James, did you hear about them like making our group meetings virtual now?
I hope so because I work all the way down at Springfield now, and it's going to be impossible for me to make it at the time that they need me to get there.
Oh, well, I didn't see it in the newsletter, but they're pretty upset about it.
I'm not upset. I'll totally do virtual. That makes me happy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
All right, mate.
love you guys. You guys have a
Take it
great-
easy, man. Blow
great
some shit up.
evening. Heck yeah. I wish I was over there. I wish I had control over the fireworks. We would be doing it totally different.
Right?
I mean, kids would be screaming because we'd be shooting them at the parade field.
That's right.
Why can't they get a C-130 Alpha gunship to fly over and drop some, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. Dude, I can hear the fireworks from my house.
I know.
That's crazy.
All right. See y'all later.
Take it easy, bud.
Good night.
Good night.
Dogs are all barking.
Yeah, I was told not to buy any more stuff like that.
Here's a news report in California. They had like some 8 or 80 tons worth of fireworks. They took the bomb squad to go pull it out and exploded, tore apart the armored vehicle.
Well, that's
Wow.
the first mistake right there, California.
Hey, I'm Californian. But
Well,
it's not wrong. I used to go to my neighbors who would go to Mexico to get their fireworks and then sell us like little bricks of
Right.
lady fingers.
my grandson likes those little popper things that you throw at the ground and they explode.
You
And
get those at the ice.
yeah, well, I showed him how to like put them under the toilet seat. So when somebody sits down and how to tape them under somebody's shoe. So when they put their shoe on,
If you bite them for a hot second, that tastes like Rice Krispies. As the second as it pops, it tastes like Rice Krispies.
Well, I'm not even going to suggest that because I already got in enough trouble because he put him under every pair of his mom's shoes.
And Dennis Menace was formed.
Hey, you can pinch them in your fingers too. Like if you just snap them like that, they'll pop. Just grinding the rocks together. I'm a pyro. Can't tell.
Yeah, I figured it's probably fairly harmless,
It doesn't hurt.
but they
doesn't
knew right
hurt.
away who taught him. It's like there was no doubt in anybody's mind where he picked that up.
Would you get in trouble if he overheard it from one of us speaking on Project Refit?
Oh no, because I've done it to all of them before. So
Oh,
I once friggin' lit some fireworks in school. You guys hear me?
yeah,
Hang on.
definitely.
I remember it was right near Halloween time, and I had, just those regular, the ones that are all bundled together, like the little firecrackers, and they just go pop. You light them, and you get a whole bunch of them in like a string. So I had a whole string of those, and it was like near the end of school, and I was like, I'm just gonna light the wick. Like I'll just take one of these off, I'll light the wick, and I'll put it out before it gets to the firecracker, not realizing like those wicks are fast. So I light the wick, and sure enough, it's like boom, like big pop right in my desk. We had the desk set you can open up and you could put shit in. It was like third grade. And then kids are crying. Like everyone's like, what the hell just happened? And this teacher like looks back and like grabs the kid in front of him. Like for whatever reason, she thought it was the kid in front of me. And then, after a few minutes, that kid came back and they're like, yeah, it was you. You gotta go. But the worst part about it is, so I got sent home, and my old man, and it was Halloween, like 2 days later. And for punishment, my old man just made me hand out candy. I couldn't go trick or treating.
That's not bad for a punishment, though. I mean, it is Halloween, but
That's
wasn't
rough,
a
man. When
devil.
you're 8 years old, Halloween is huge. That's a
I
huge
remember
day.
we
Free
used to
candy,
get, my
kidding
brother
me?
used to buy M80s from the neighbors that went down to Mexico. And he had this ammo box that he got from my grandfather from World War II that he stored all of his fireworks in. And so I broke into his room and I stole one, and I didn't realize that. I thought all the fuses were this short. Apparently that was one he didn't use because it was so short. So knowing it was short though, I put it in a roll of toilet paper and we duct taped it. And then I held it behind me and had my friend light it for me and then tap my shoulder so I could throw it. No more than like 2 feet, 3 feet after it left my hand, it exploded. Like I could have lost my freaking hand. It was a hell of a mess, and I did it right in front of my house like a dumbass too.
Yeah. One of the dudes that does like the fireworks in our neighborhood, this one guy, he like knows all about like the fuses and the different speeds and stuff. So like he'll do like little fireworks shows. We'll just go to like a parking lot down by the train station and just like light, and he'll set it all up, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's like the fuses have different speeds, so it's all about timing that stuff. I didn't know.
That stuff you kind of learn as you get older or from experience.
Mm-hmm.
But you can even do ghetto fireworks too. Like if you, they're doing fireworks here now too. If you take apart a Bic or a lighter, and then you pull the spring apart, you take the flint and then you wrap the spring around the flint, light the flint on fire until it's red hot, and then just throw it at the ground or a wall or something, and magnesium will explode.
That's cool. You just
That's
wrap
always
the
a fun
spring
one.
around the flint. That's it.
Yeah.
Light it.
So you have something to hold on to it.
Right.
Get it nice and red hot. Get the flint red hot. It won't explode in your hand until it makes impact. It won't explode.
That's what she said. Sorry for any females on the line right now. And we're
9
live.
months
I'm
later.
Yeah.
offended that you even thought of that.
Sorry,
That's right. You are.
I am. I'm sorry.
Don't make it so easy.
I redact my comments and I will carry on.
Here, let me hand you your boot. You can fit it in for you.
That's fair. It's fair. Actually, I was just thinking, someone mentioned a Your Mama joke the other day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard of that one in so long.
Yeah, that's very 1990s.
I want to hear it. I love your mama jokes.
Oh, golly. I don't have any. I just, yeah, I don't know.
I'll
It's
start.
been a while.
I'll
Oh,
do
no.
the old one. Your mama's so fat she used the VCR as a pager.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's horrible.
I got another one.
Dude.
Bruno, how dirty can I get? I know we're on live.
Your mom is so fat she hula hooped with the universe.
Your mama's so fat she wore her X-File t-shirt one day and a helicopter landed on her.
Jesus Christ.
That's bad.
Your mama's so fat when she sits around the house, she sits around the house.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
We're just going downhill.
Far
Your
cry from the
mama's just like-
roses.
What is it? Your mama's just like a can of Pringles. Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Oh my God, dude. All right, that's it.
That's hilarious.
That's just sad.
Hey, when you're stuck on a ship out at sea for 6 months, you learn a lot of jokes, a lot of stupid stuff.
You learn about a lot of.
Go.
Go ahead, say it, Jimmy.
I'll hold back.
That's horrible.
So I got some body spray called Ripped Abs. Didn't it didn't work. Yeah,
That's
it didn't
nice.
work.
That's
Did
nice.
not work at all.
Oh, that's funny.
Going next to the skinny jeans.
Joe, that's hysterical, Bo.
Oh my God. Anybody doing anything for the 4th? Or just kind of keeping low profile?
I have no idea. That my wife and my daughter make plans and I find out about it.
So you find out the day of where you're going and how to get there?
What to wear?
It's like I asked her, my wife, like 5 times and she goes, nothing. So I came home today. I bought some hamburger because it was on sale. And she's like, what'd you get that for? I said, so we can, barbecue some hamburgers on the 4th. And she says, I told you I wasn't doing nothing. We still got to eat. I mean, so I think that was code for we're doing something. I'm just not telling you.
Maybe she's got a pack of sparklers for you to play with.
Joe, you're gonna have to spray it down with your spray, your ab spray. Maybe that'll work for the cheeseburger.
Hey, listen, I used half a bottle of that stuff and I still got a gut. So I smell good though.
Is that kind of like Axe body spray?
I don't know what kind it was.
It's got
I was
like a
trying to
pouch.
find Old Spice, and I got told that's for old people.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was
yeah.
a dude, I would
That
have
is.
Old Spice. I would. I love that smell, bro.
Well, we couldn't find
That's what
Walmart was totally sold out of it. Yeah, Walmart was like, there's none on the shelf. my daughter finally found some Dollar General, and I got it for Father's Day.
50 cents.
I went old school. I went and bought CK1. It was like my high school scent.
Oh, my high school skint was like freaking, was it Brute?
Oh,
my
that's
Fabergé.
rough.
Mine was two-stroke oil.
Everybody in my school had freaking Brute.
Mine was two-stroke oil from riding dirt bikes all the time.
Yeah, I had Clubman in high school.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. I dated myself. I think I can't even find it anymore.
I don't even know what you just said, sir.
Well, I can tell you 8th grade girls' perfume for every decade. Fucking vanilla.
You pervert.
No, I just it's all the time. It never goes out of fashion.
Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Ugh. You guys are too lively tonight. I can't handle it.
That's what she said.
You'd be speaking the truth.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, Jimmy? How you been?
I've been all right. Just pretty much working and not too much else. pretty boring.
You got any time off coming up?
Yeah, this 3-day weekend.
I meant real time off.
Nope. Not yet. Not forecasted till like maybe next month or the month after.
All right, so a reasonable time.
Yeah, I got hours. To take off, but there's just like no time to take off right now.
That's always going to be the case. They're always going to need you. They're always going to be understaffed.
Yeah, I should probably check my vacation time. Oh wait, I'm retired. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Yeah.
Who did we lose?
I gotta go to New York for work.
Oh yeah, the Big Apple,
No, all the way upstate,
Buffalo.
called Keysville. It's
No idea.
probably maybe an hour from Canada, if that.
Oh, nice.
Who gets the maple syrup?
Get some bacon while you're up there.
Not really looking forward to it.
What do you got to do up there?
Run a crane.
Like a big crane?
Uh,
Like she said.
One that sits on top of a building?
no, truck crane and digger derricks. Yeah, the white trucks that the linemen use,
Okay.
set poles.
I could never be a lineman. I'm afraid of heights. Them fuckers are crazy. I've seen some of those videos where they get taxied in on a helicopter,
hmm
and then they hook themselves up to the power. And I'm like, nope, it's my dumb ass will touch the wrong spot and fry myself.
Well, at least you know your limitations.
I do. I'm fully
Yeah.
aware.
Yeah, they bond on like a bird on a wire.
Like Murphy's Law heavily applies to my life. So anything that's extraordinarily dangerous, I try to avoid.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I like excitement.
I used to. I've got 15 concussions from motorcycles. But I can't do them anymore. It's affected my speech, my thought process.
You You still get the little like fireflies when you sneeze? Trying to concussions?
Well, I can get a concussion just from, bumping my head on something. I did, the last one I got was in Miami. I was under a desk unplugging my laptop cord, and I just bumped the back of my head getting out, and I was dazed. I was dizzy. I was out of my, like, I don't know, I felt out of body. I was nauseous. And then we're driving to get dinner, and then all of a sudden I snapped out of it. Even my coworker was like, "Dude, you don't look like you're there." Like, I know, it's called a fucking concussion. No fire tonight, Mike?
Who's Mike?
Tannhauser.
Yeah. I don't think he's paying attention. Of the nights to have a fire, tonight would be a night.
It's raining here.
Lucky. Need some goddamn rain in Virginia.
Oh man. Oh, that's good.
We had rain for the past couple days, but like we need more.
Virginia floods every time it rains.
What's that?
At least that was my experience when I was in Norton. It would be raining. It was always raining every time I went. It was always flooding.
Where?
Norton.
Norton.
Yeah. And what was the other place? Richmond was the other place.
Richmond, Virginia? We talking about Norfolk?
Norfolk, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, and I hadn't heard no Norton.
Yeah, me either. I'm like, Norton.
Yeah, Richmond was kind of like a small town. Norfolk was like one fucking major road with one hotel, one restaurant. I mean, there was a couple of fast food joints, but it was all like on one strip. Everybody else was in the mountains where they lived. I want to go check out the Devil's Bathtub if I ever get to go back.
Yeah, I hear that's a good spot.
Yeah, I'd love to take my drone up there. That'd be pretty sick. I just worried, like, when I was going to travel last time, I was telling my friend, he was just like, yeah, you take the major road, you can actually hit it from the airport as soon as you get off before you get into Norfolk, and you go up one road, and then it's like a mile and a half hike. But there's no cell reception. I was like, okay, great. So if I fall and break my leg, I gotta hope somebody's coming out just to check it out. Otherwise, I'm screwed. And then basically, like, all right, well, I'll wait till I can bring somebody with me then.
Don't fall, break a leg.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. I like to climb and get into shit. Everybody's so quiet. What are you thinking about?
How I don't want to go to New York.
I was reading about ransomware attacks.
You're working at night?
It's not work if it's like, life.
Oh, do any of you have IP cameras at home?
IT?
IP.
I don't think so.
India Papa. So like a door ring bell that has a camera on it, or
No.
I have rings, but I can't get them to work right.
Alright,
And I have a Momentum for my backlight, and that has a camera on it.
you want to make sure you enable two-factor on them, because there's a website that publishes public IPs that have home security cameras that are unsecured. So you can look at people's living rooms, look at their Ring doorbells. There's even some traffic cams, elevators. I saw a construction site. I saw a warehouse, and it's all over the world.
Yeah, it's Big Brother, man.
Actually, you can, if you know how to Google correctly, you can find a lot of access to a lot of video cameras around the world.
Yeah, let's see, United States IP cameras.
That's why I don't put cameras in my house.
I
I
have
don't
them
need
for
people watching me walk around from the shower naked.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind, dude.
There was also an article released recently about Dell devices being at risk for remote BIOS attacks. Very, very recently.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta
It's bad.
firmware.
It's bad enough, when you say something in your house, next thing you know, it shows up, for sale on your Facebook feed.
Nah, nobody cares about me.
Oh,
I
we
don't care
care.
about me.
We care.
Yeah, uh-huh.
But here's the thing, though. It's not about just being seen, because if they can if they can view your feed, they can get into your router. Once they get into your router, they can get into everything that's connected to it, your computer, all of it. So it's an easy way into your system.
Through the cameras.
Through cameras, through the Wi-Fi cameras. Yeah.
Wow.
Because that IP address connects to the camera, which is directly connected to your Wi-Fi router. Once you get into that, it's like handing them the keys.
I wonder if the TVs are the same way.
Anything on your Wi-Fi.
All the Internet of Things, I think, are a vulnerability.
Well, this is how bad it is. Like in California, people that have like the smart, what is it called? So Ring puts out another thing where you can control your air conditioning and heating, so like through an app and stuff.
To my house.
The power company was actually going into people's homes' temperature settings and raising the temperature to reduce the power usage.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
I remember reading something along those lines recently.
Yeah, that was just in the news.
That would straight anger me big time. I work outside all day in the heat. The last thing I want to do is come home to a hot house.
Well, it was hitting triple digits in California, so people were dropping their AC down to 76, and PG&E or Edison Electric were going back into their system and raising it back up to 78.
All appliances. My fault, James. Go ahead. I was gonna say all appliances, like my new microwave, dishwasher, like stove, fridge, all that stuff is Wi-Fi compatible, and all of that stuff is really secure and last stuff to get updated, because usually those companies will hire third-party companies to write that software just to initially get it going, and then never again. So that's the last stuff you want to connect, is like your appliances and your fridge and all that type of stuff. Because then once they're in that, they could buy dishwasher, start it from that.
Why would you need your refrigerator connected to Wi-Fi?
Because they have cameras in it now that they can see.
At the store, and it'll, like, if I think I need milk, I can actually look into my fridge.
I think some have a scanner on it where you scan the barcode as you put it in the fridge, and then it'll watch as you remove that product and then build a shopping list for you.
Yeah.
But see, you could just look in the fridge and know that I need milk.
Well, if you're out America, home and you look, like I want that one. I actually do. That
I mean,
I'll be at
like
the
here you
farm.
go. I make coffee all the time. When I pour the last little bit of milk in my coffee, I know that on the way home from work, I need to get more milk.
In my coffee.
Sometimes I forget,
Coffee.
and I gotta go back out. Yeah, I hear you, Leprechaun.
Get your coffee and your bagels. That's
I
the
got
New
you
York
Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all ridiculous. Hold on, we're not
Well-
actually live, are we?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, dang it.
Yep, and that's what she said.
Do you need like a filter for your camera so people don't recognize you?
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact,
Zoom,
that'd be great.
Zoom has it. Click next to the video
I'm
on the
kidding.
up arrow
It's fine.
and choose the filter. Let's do this. Let's make it
All they're
fun.
going to be doing is see me eat my pizza.
Oh, you people are hilarious.
And then we're just going to be jealous. So
And that
Sounds
pizza
right.
looks awesome.
What did you do? Oh, that's great. I have
Click next to your
never,
video
I
and
have
choose
never
video
touched
filter.
my screen. I don't even know how to do that yet.
So, yeah,
Take
go
your
for-
finger and you point at it until you touch it.
Ah, ha, ha, you're so funny. Ah.
You said it, not me.
Oh,
Now you
yeah.
can stand
Well,
my
that's
eyes.
what he said, huh? Uh-huh.
Oh,
Gotta make sure I turn this off.
Or
so
no,
you-
wait, hold on. We gotta say that's what they said now. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's
A little
they?
bitter.
See?
Whoa, bro.
Oh, where's the cheese? Oh.
Oh, Lord,
Okay,
you're gonna add
all
them
right,
all in your
here.
face.
Okay.
I'm having way too much fun here.
Nonsense.
Hey, VR. Oh, look. 2D.
Now
image.
look, we spent the greater part, maybe over a year wearing those things. Why? Why? That's not even funny.
well, my grandson used to like wearing his mask. Of course, it was a stormtrooper mask, but
Oh, I didn't see the mask. Hold on, let me go back and look.
My man.
So now
I
they're
feel like-
saying that
Go ahead.
now they're saying that people are having heart issues that got the vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, a week after.
I already had heart issues.
Why are their cameras pointed to advertisements?
What are you talking about?
Where do you see advertising?
It was like page 3 of the 600, almost 700 IP addresses of webcams. Like, why?
Oh, I see it. It's probably a traffic cam or outside of a business.
A traffic cam pointed.
Oh, that's in Houston. You know, in some of these, if you actually click into them, you can go into the settings of the camera.
That's ridiculous.
Because you're basically
Oh, there's one
logging
in
into-
Baltimore. Wow.
Okay, you can go by country. I mean, considering how many people probably have webcams, it's not an alarming number for the regions, but it's still, you know, something we need to be cautious about. Like Vietnam, Chile.
Well,
United
this one
States is-
requires you have a username and password. But considering the first thing it said was admin for username, I suspect it was probably password for password.
Or there's no password. A lot of them, it's no password or admin is the password. Especially if they don't change it.
Dude. Wow.
Oh, what did I have a problem with? And I locked myself out, and they told me that the back door into their system was admin is the username and admin is the password. And it's
Very
and it was on everything they make.
That's what happened with shit, what was the name of that firewall firm?
That's
that
a lot
got-
of Cisco and Netgear routers and gateways. Admin or admin password.
Like, why even bother at that point?
There was a big leak where it affected. We had a big hack going on, and it was what fucking company was that?
Are you talking about the pipeline thing?
No, it was before the pipeline.
Trying to hack
They
this.
they,
Oh,
they had gotten SolarWinds. It was
yeah, SolarWinds.
Yeah, SolarWinds. Their password was like the same for everything for all their customers.
Holy
unless they-
smokes! Are you serious?
That's how they. Yeah, that's how they got into a lot of their systems and then rooted their own software in it. So even if they changed the password, they still had access.
I heard about it, but I didn't actually read too much into it, so I didn't know.
It was bad.
I used to like when I was working and we would tell people don't put your password on a sticky note and leave it on your desk or on your monitor screen. And I would go through and everybody that had their password and login on the screen, I would change their password.
I used to flip the screen and then lock it. So when they come back, they'd have to call IT and be like, my screen's upside down. Like, well, that's because you left your fucking desk unattended, unlocked. That's why.
Or do a screenshot of the desktop and then put it on the whole desktop as a JPEG.
We
I've
pranked
done
this
that
one
before.
call center. We pranked this one call center. We had a software called BombGuard that we could use to remote on the computers, and we uploaded an image of a unicorn and said you've been hacked. And we did it to about 12 different computers in the call center, and people were like freaking out. Like, oh my god, we were hacked. Like, no, you weren't. You just fucking with you. Don't worry about it.
That happened to me once.
Got hacked?
No. The screen flip. All I did was Google search how to reflip my screen back.
I think it was Control Alt Up arrow.
Yep, something like that. I'm not gonna try because I don't want to figure it out again.
Well, you just do Control Alt down arrow, but see, that's the thing is you can't do it while it's locked. So you have to unlock it first, and then you can flip it back. So like a lot of people, they couldn't figure out that you just have to do Control Alt Enter or Control Alt Delete, enter your password, hit Enter, and then flip it. So they'd be calling the IT line like
That's
you
funny.
just outed yourself as leaving your shit open because I would walk the floor and I would check because we were. There was some.
I think everybody's
special-
done it from time to time.
Well, no. So because it was there was medical stuff, and they wanted to get more higher paying contracts through different states. They had an extra level of security that they had to pass.
Yeah.
And so I would just walk around, make sure they didn't have HIPAA on the desks or in the desks, make sure all the screens were, if you left your seat, it was locked. So I was constantly roaming the floor, and if it was unlocked, I got tired of telling the supervisors, you need to watch your team. I just started flipping screens and then locking it.
That's funny.
Unless it happened to you.
It is funny.
Unless it happened to you, though.
It's always funny.
I got a tip. If your hard drive is getting full, just open all your documents and make the font smaller.
You use file tree size or the file size tree, and it'll clean up like the hidden stuff that you can't even find going through the subfolders. You can just sort it by size. It's a lot easier to get rid of. Like all
Now
those
y'all lost
downloads.
me.
Sorry, geeking out.
Nerds.
What are we assorted by size?
Say that like
Actually,
it's a bad thing.
Actually, as a matter of fact, I think it's a great thing.
I
Of
don't
course, I
get
now
into
have
all
to say
that.
that because our culture is mostly full of nerds and, got to be with the in crowd. For
but
now.
Hey,
there's a
you don't
difference.
have to be.
I'm 64. I was a nerd before it was cool.
You,
Well,
you,
there's
you
nerds
don't
and
have to be with the crowd.
That's
The
true.
crowd
a
is now
nerd
with me.
People.
A nerd would be like your typical 4-eye geek, like super smart, super awkward, probably
Bro.
a virgin until they're 40. But then you have a geek who's really smart.
I'll
really
have you know, I
techy.
got married in my 20s, so
So then you would
Yeah,
be,
now you can't even give her a dozen roses. I mean, come on now.
I can. It's just not worth the grief.
Hmm. Roses.
you still going through that list of IPs.
She's looking for hers.
Here's the Bronx. Let's see what they're doing in the Bronx. I'm surprised. It's a picture of cars. Yeah, these are all out. These are all look like they're front door cameras. Oh, here's inside of a department store. Russian Federation Nekrasov. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's Russian. There's a lot of department stores in here. Holy crap. Hadesburg? Where's Hadesburg?
No idea.
Hmm?
Not a clue.
It's in the U.S. Hadesburg. Probably
There's
like
probably
Pennsylvania.
multiples.
Oh, it's Mississippi.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty hot as hell down there.
Oh my gosh. Washington State was like 110 degrees recently.
Here's a casino in San Diego. I'm looking at slot machines.
What, you want to buy one?
I do actually, but I want the old school, the ones that they don't use anymore, the quarter machines with the freaking handle.
You probably get one off of like Facebook or eBay.
There's a guy in Vegas that does restorations that has stuff like that. But I think now because everything's digital and vouchers and shit, like they'd be really expensive. Because it went from coins to tokens, and then it
Right.
went to vouchers. Like when I started gambling, or when I was old enough to gamble, tokens were being phased out already.
They still use coins in some spots.
Maybe in like smaller areas, but like where I was at, San Diego and Northern California, it was vouchers by the time I was 18. Because I would go on the reservations to gamble.
Well, I guess it was a long time ago. Last time I actually looked. Last time I actually dropped a quarter in a slot was probably like 2005.
Where was that at?
Atlantic City.
That's surprising because isn't Atlantic City like another one of those? It's like an East Coast version of Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, Vegas still does roulette with chips. I mean, like the card
I
tables
have-
are chips.
Yeah, I haven't been inside the casinos in a while, at least not on the floor, since probably, I think, 2010. But they were using chips back then. I think they still do.
Yeah, I think they still use chips. They in the casino in Northern California in Oroville, it was they had gotten rid of their dealer roulette table and they replaced it with an electronic one, which I didn't think it was. I don't trust that as much as watching somebody physically move a ball.
So what's the deal? I heard Bill Cosby got released.
Yeah. So what I read was that because he talked about it, like he tattled on himself, he like brokered a deal to not do any time for those crimes. But when they changed lawyers or something, those new lawyers charged him with what he admitted to. So legally, they breached his contract or something like that, or his, I don't know. I don't want to call it anonymity, but it invalidated it. So he got out on a technicality.
Right. So basically, you know, the judge and the DA and everybody that's involved in Epstein Island and everything, and we're all in cahoots together.
100%. Was it the Illuminati?
Uh-huh. People need to wake the hell up and see what's going on.
Yeah. There's
Ignorance is
1%
bliss.
The rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
Ignorance is bliss. People walking around with their heads in the sand, chasing a carrot.
Wait, there's carrot and sand? How did that happen?
I'm in. As hard
Yeah.
You didn't know Bugs Bunny was looking for it.
Ow, no.
You
What
don't
about Peter
remember
Rabbit?
that cartoon?
I remember Peter Rabbit.
Nah, you don't remember that one? When Bugs Bunny was ended up in Albuquerque?
No, I don't remember that.
I started watching some old school Popeyes cartoons. Holy crap. It would not fly on TV today.
Yeah, it's kind of silly, isn't it? We all grew up just fine.
I grew up to South
Okay.
Park, man. Simpsons and
Wow.
all that stuff. I don't get offended easily.
Maybe some of us grew up just fine.
You know, not for nothing, but they'll complain about like Tom and Jerry's violence, but yet Grand Theft Auto is okay.
Uh,
What about
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where's the rationality there?
there isn't. It's completely irrational. And I feel like I'm the only sane person in a world that's going absolutely nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel
just-
too.
Oh,
Yeah, I just want to run my head into a wall.
I just can't. Yes. When you have countries that like can sue you because someone declares that they're an airplane and you don't agree with them, that's can I now say that I'm not a murderer if I murder someone? Like, where do you draw the line?
Well, having worked in the court system, most murderers do say they're not murderers. So
Yes. Everybody's innocent in jail.
I laugh because the alternative is to cry. It's just so crazy right now.
Well, you know, I don't know how everybody else feels about this, but I know that in the end times, it's going to be right to do what's wrong and wrong to do what's right. And I find ourselves here right now.
Oh, man, I got a good one for you. Man, do I have a good one for you.
is that sarcasm?
But, huh?
Was that sarcasm?
No, I do. But
Oh,
I
okay.
understand this, that in the last days there will come times of difficulty for people to be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unappeasable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving good, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasure. Yeah, it's great. I feel like when I read that, it just kind of, in
Yeah.
a sense, it helped me to accept it in a sense
Mhm.
because it's coming, right? It does
Yeah.
come. And knowing that this is normal kind of makes me realize that it's not like our world is just like falling apart, especially
It's falling into
considering we're just
place.
one country, the West, and there's just Western civilization, and then there's the whole rest of the world that we forget is out there. And there are people out there who are not necessarily going as that crazy.
Things are falling into place. And it
Right.
has to happen.
There you go. That's it. There
And
you
you
are
know,
right there.
the weird thing is, you know, when you look around, you see all the other things that are falling into place, like the things that are going on in Syria.
Mhm.
When you look at the nations that are becoming allies with that whole situation, then you look at the evolution of cryptocurrency and how that's going to play into a one world monetary system. And then you look into the fact that, you know, there's a certain clergy that's wanting to get all the religions together. How that's going to play into a one world religion. It's crazy.
It's
But
falling.
yet it's not.
Yep.
What's up,
And you
Austin?
think like all those years ago when this was seen, it was just there's no way that's not even possible. But now we're in the realm of possible. It's
Yeah.
like wow. Nothing. I always thought about like, what's this mark and what is this supposed to mean? And I've never felt so close to understanding what that meant until COVID. Like in COVID, there, you know, you can't necessarily fly unless you have this card that says you've done a thing that the government has required you to do in order to do this thing. And I get like the intention is good behind it, but it just made me realize there's all that pressure is very real. People really believe in it, and that's fine. But that pressure is real, and it is very controlling and very persuasive. And so that's what it's going to look like.
I didn't cave.
I didn't either.
I did.
It's okay. We'll forgive you later.
I want to travel if they need a fucking card. I already got shot up with so much shit in the military. I'm like, you know what? What's one more?
Well, that's my whole argument. I'm already vaccinated to the nth degree.
Yeah.
You know, if all the crap that they gave me already didn't kill me, ain't nothing. Some COVID sickness that's, you know, you got a 99% chance you're going to survive from. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on whatever they're gonna stick in me.
Yeah,
I mean, it
exactly.
gets freaky because even like before John McAfee killed himself, you know, he was saying that the death rate was less than one. It was like 12 people, or less than, maybe it was 2 people for every 100,000 for the coronavirus, where the flu was 12 people for every 100,000.
Right. People don't see that their wool has been pulled over their eyes.
Just take it. They're just like, oh,
Yeah.
the government says it's okay. It must be okay. And I'm like,
Right. Right.
okay.
Trust Uncle Sam. Hey, we're here from the government and we're here to help.
That's not
Now,
how this
the
works.
obvious one, if they require like a chip to be implanted or some shit like that, that is the mark of the devil. That is a hell no.
Yeah, I'm not. As cool as it would be, I'm too scared of that because of what I've read
They already
prophetically.
have that stuff. They have people get these implants where they can unlock their doors, start their cars.
Oh, that's
you know,
a thing now? I didn't
yeah.
catch
Thing.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're actually doing that to people. Check it out. You can
Dang
look it up
it.
on YouTube.
I don't want to be in the It's going to be no.
It's gonna be one of those like, oh, it'll be like when the service went from our green cards and they started the smart card thing where it held like your personnel file and your medicals and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
hide it. It's the same idea except it'll be injectable and
Yeah.
it's with you always.
I figured when I started seeing those little gold chips, I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either. They'd have to lock me up.
Yeah, that one I absolutely won't do. That one will definitely be a no.
Yeah, well, I was talking with a friend of mine at the restaurant, yesterday, I think it was. And I said, it's so interesting how much less I would spend these days if I had to still write a check for absolutely everything I purchased.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, cards make it way too easy. It's even easier now with apps and stuff.
But yeah, Amazon, all you gotta do is click the button.
What I didn't like about checks is that you had to spend money to buy the checks just to spend more money to use them.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, some of them are free if you get the boring ones.
No, we had to order new checks for our checking account, and it was like $30.
That's kind of nuts, actually. $30 for a stack of paper.
Yeah. I mean, we only use it for rent.
It's not like I had to
99% of what
pay
we
for the
pay
plastic for my credit card.
What's up, homie?
Hey,
Oh,
bro.
those are free.
And hey, Austin.
Hey, Ronnie.
Oh, he's doodling on someone's car.
Oh, yeah. It looks kind of cool. I don't know what he's doing.
I can't tell what it is.
Is that like legit on his car, or is he just using his car as a table?
No, I think it's on a car. I think he's engraving. I bet he's really good at pinstriping.
What's pinstriping? Never mind, I'll Google it.
Oh, yeah, because I'm gonna have
Yeah, probably easier just look it up.
It actually is in the name, the description of what it is.
Well, I could think
I
of
can
many
see that
different
project.
meanings because
So,
I'm
like,
creative like that.
Look up pinstriping Cadillacs. That'll be your easiest find.
Okay. Wait a minute. What? I don't even know how to spell that. Oh,
Because
I
if
did.
I send you to pinstriping Chevys, you're gonna find a bunch of like lights and horns and stuff.
Oh God, that looks like a lot of work.
You're gonna get those Impalas with the freaking 22-inch rims on them with the lift.
That's really amazing looking.
Yeah, pinstriping is nice if done right, but it has to have the right kind of car. You can't just put it on any car.
Oh, I was wondering about that. Like, can I do
That's
it on
it.
my Murano?
Sure. You can do whatever you want. See, that's the beauty of being an adult.
Yeah, adults make pretty dumb decisions, though.
That is true.
Oh, this guy did like a purple, lots of different shades of purple, but he has like some red in there too, and then like this orange line, and it all comes together. It's amazing. Whew, this is gorgeous. Wow. Basically, you're tattooing a car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pinstriping is like on the right car. It looks amazing. You can't do it to your Honda Civic though.
I'll find a way.
Probably
It'll be a
do it
big
to, like,
Minnie Mouse.
A Chevy box. Ooh, was it step something?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, they're like from the 50s to the 60s. They had wooden beds. Can't step side. Fuck, why can't I think of it? The Chevys.
Why is there so little information about Project Refit on the website?
Chevy step side. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Pinstripe would look badass on that. What were you saying about Project Refit?
I was just saying, like, when I go to the website, there is not a ton of information.
What's it missing?
I don't know. I'm not sure what I expected, to be honest. There's like no about us, really. There's like a mission statement.
Yeah. They realized how crazy we were. They may not come up for
Stop following me, bro. Stop following me. I'll have to keep myself in my truck.
Oh, I guess here it is.
I'll just go right this and shot these
Oh, like from another back.
I'm the only one. This is the same.
Base.
But how though? It's paint. Oh, you just gonna go straight to the metal. Yeah.
Dude, it looks nice.
The whole car.
What the fuck?
Guy's reaction.
And then
That was awesome. Oh no!
What?
He
You're not
took
gonna
us
share?
off. He was showing
That
off his
sucks.
car. Boo! Austin, I hope you watch this recording. Boo!
He'll come back on. We'll have to bill him then. As soon as he comes on, as soon as he comes back on, all
Yeah.
of us have to boo him
Yeah.
for like a minute.
We will.
Yeah.
We will.
Be like,
We'll
what
be
the
the
hell?
first responder.
We're like, what the hell? And then we won't tell him why.
Yeah. Boo! Boo! Poor guy.
That's too funny.
Yeah, I like it.
So when do you have to go upstate again?
The 13th.
Day of the week is that? A Tuesday. When are you coming back down?
When the job's done.
When the job is done.
They don't give you like an ETA or expected time frame,
End of November.
so they throw you in a hotel or what?
Yeah.
Damn.
So, did this mobile base thing ever become a thing?
Yes.
With,
I got on there.
Yes, it's. I don't know what stage it's at, but they got a boat company is one of the sponsors, and is doing like most of the work for us.
Whoa! I'd be very excited to see how that turns out. This picture looks super cool. Very
We got
classy.
the truck too.
They're gonna pay for the truck too?
No,
No,
we got
They
the truck.
Oh, sweet.
They
How
wanna do
many are
another
being
one.
planned?
Let me see if I can find the pictures of the truck. Hang on.
I found one on the website.
I know it's on LinkedIn, and it's probably on Instagram.
Oh, LinkedIn got hacked too, didn't it? Sorry. All that info.
It went down. I don't know if it got hacked. I didn't hear about that one.
Oh, maybe it didn't.
It went
thought,
down a few months ago.
Oh,
Like you couldn't even get to the site at all.
oh, maybe I was thinking of something else. I don't know.
Well,
No.
what was it? Was it Bezos?
No. Yep.
phone
Details
call?
on 700 million LinkedIn users for sale on Notorious Hacking Forum 2 days ago.
What? Shoot the link.
Yeah, I thought I read that. Yeah, this is on
Okay.
Forbes.
Ooh. So
Dun, dun,
LinkedIn.
dun. Well, it says no private LinkedIn member data was exposed, but
They always say that.
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough. Who knows?
Raid forums put the data up for sale. Yeah, but think about how much public information is already on there. What possible information could they have? Like, I don't put my credit card on there. Maybe some people do.
I certainly don't put my address on there. I don't even put my
Yeah,
real
but-
email on there.
My real email is on there, but I use that for everything, so I don't care.
Yeah, I think
My
I'm gonna have
digital-
to. I'm gonna have to start a new email.
Got
It's
so
like-
much spam.
Oh man, I'm telling you, you know, like I don't even read half the stuff that's on my emails. I don't even know how many. I probably got millions of unread emails. I never delete them.
Who's your service?
I got Straight Talk.
No, I mean, like, so you use the email through that company,
No, through Google.
through Gmail.
Yeah.
The filter, like my filter works pretty good. Only a few slip through. But if
No,
I was like,
I-
hey, I'm trying to reach you, but your car's a different one.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean like even stuff that I've like given them my email. I don't read any of them. I'm like the worst email person ever. Like I don't do it.
If you
You know
hit
what I mean?
the report spam button on them, even if it's something you subscribe to, it'll automatically unsubscribe you and filter it to the spam folder from then forward.
I'm with you, Vern. I skip reading so many of my emails.
Yeah, it's just like
It's just work.
I'm to the point where it's like I look on there to see if there's anything I want to go through during the day, but it's usually not very much. And if someone wants to get a hold of me, they're either going to hit me up on Messenger or they're going to text me. That's pretty much how I feel about
That's
it.
right. That's right.
I get recruiters, they will text. I shit you not. I got a call. They left a voicemail. They texted me, and then they got me an email. I'm like, you're fucking blocked. If I don't respond,
Don't they realize that you're too old to enlist?
Wow.
Those kind of recruiters.
You know, I'm not
I
even
got
too
my
old to
214.
enlist again.
I have my exit pass. My exit pass is sitting in the closet. I'm done.
I'm way too old to enlist again. I just had my 48th birthday.
Yeah, I think you have to be
38,
like 42 or 43 before you're too old, right?
I think it's 35 to enlist, or 35 to enlist for the first time, and then I think you age out in your 40s.
Until, like WW3 happens, and then I'll take any fucking big body
You
to
got
his
2
prior
legs, 2
service.
arms,
Right.
you're in.
Your prior military, I don't care for 93.
It's going to be office requirements. Can you lift 50 pounds? All right, go on.
I had this weird bump on my shoulder. Oh, it's on this side too.
Is it a clavicle?
Is it fat? No.
Is it fat?
Can you get fat on top of your shoulders?
Hey,
it's
you
just
know
like
what
this push thing.
You know what
Oh,
I
wait a minute.
realized?
Guys, I think it's muscle.
You've been working out.
Oh my god! What the hell?
You've been hitting the gym, Jessica.
Yeah, I've been at CrossFit for about a year now.
Good.
I'm turning red.
So, like, I don't know what this is on my wrist. On my left wrist,
Oh my god!
it's like a bump when I turn my wrist back, like that. It's like a
You
bump.
got your background thing is really hard to see.
But I don't. Here, 1 second.
There's a comment, like farmers get those things, and you usually have to like slam a book and pop it. I can't remember what it's called.
Holy crap! I think it is actual.
Like a muscle
Whoa.
bump.
Yeah, it just. Yep. If I. Like. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what these
Just the
muscles
size of
are.
like a peanut, a golf ball.
It's not that big. It just felt weird.
That's what she said.
Ah, dang it! I shouldn't have laughed.
That's just because you
it
didn't switch
encourages
hands. I'm sorry. You didn't switch hands.
I'm trying to think what that condition was called. It shows up on the wrist and on top of
I
the
think I
hand.
know what you're talking about.
But
I
it's
think it's just-
mostly, you usually see it on farmers.
No.
Something to do with using your hands for work like heavily, and it creates like
Stop
buildup
it,
of
Jimmy.
something.
Farmersonly.com. Yes, we got it.
That was creepy. Like legit creepy.
We need cameras so we can get the eyebrows action going.
Oh no.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn this stupid thing off.
Yep, that's what she said too.
Vern, when you choose your virtual
Stupid.
background,
Stupid. Stop it.
Yeah.
click the arrow next to the video, and then go to virtual backgrounds and click none.
I'm trying. Yeah, blah, blah.
So, there you go.
All right. So
How do you even do that? Why am I so funny?
see that right there?
Yeah, is it on both or just the
Oh
one?
gosh, yeah, I see it.
Look backwards.
Don't
Yeah, but
point
see,
at
like,
it. Stop
it's
poking
not-
it.
Carpal tunnel.
It's not on that one. But you know what the weird thing is? This is my non-dominant hand. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. It's like
I think
Does
it
it
can
move?
go away on its own.
well, I mean, it only hurts when you push it.
Well, don't push
All right,
it.
so you have to lay your hand out
Ew.
on the
Stop
table
it.
and then get a big book and smack it.
I don't know if I would follow that recommendation. No offense. I would do a
Not
little
all well
research
done.
first.
Well, it's
If you hit
weird,
it
you
wrong,
know,
you like that.
because like I don't remember it being there. It's kind of like it just showed up.
It might be a ganglion cyst, which might be the
That's
whole
what it was,
book
ganglion
slapping
cyst.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Jasper's saying the same thing. See? We're all thinking the same thing. Get yourself
I'm
a
not
nice fat
thinking the
book.
same solution, buddy.
I was thinking about taking a needle and trying to see
That
if there's
is
any
no-
pus or something in it.
No, you gotta smack it and let your body absorb it.
But that doesn't even make sense. Like, if you use a needle, well, actually, I guess it would leave the body, wouldn't it? Oh.
Yeah, because you'd suck the juice out of it.
It says don't try to pop the cyst yourself by puncturing it with a needle or cutting into it. Not only is this unlikely to be effective, but can lead to infection or risk of reoccurrence. Don't strike your cyst with a heavy object.
I.e.
Oh,
a book.
No.
So what do they say you got to do to it?
It says nothing. It's really helpful.
So there are the two options. You pick your poison.
Right.
Well, it
so
says it can go
suck
by
the juice
way.
out of it. Put a needle, or cut it open
Stop
and suck
messing
it
with
out,
it. Look.
and spit the juice out. Right? Like,
Listen. Ugh. It says it can go away by itself, which is what I said earlier. Listen to me.
but it's been there for a while. Like I mean, it's been like months and months now. Like probably I'd say 4 months.
It can last up to 12 to 18 months before it disappears.
Damn.
What
I
causes it?
am Dr. Google. He's my honey.
So what causes it? And shut up, Jimmy.
Oh.
I think they just formed. I don't think there was anything specific.
I think it's I think it's resulting from maybe an irritation or overuse, possibly, but they usually they usually show up on the back of the wrist.
Yeah. All right.
Like I
It
said, it's
says
my
here
non-dominant
that-
hand, so it's
It says here
not
once you've reached
overused.
the age of 40. No, hold up.
Age
Yeah,
of
once you reach the
47.
age of
Okay.
47, it starts to form, and you're just old, and you have to deal with it. Oh yeah, Gasper's probably got the better response.
Yeah, look, the doctor even said it. My nephew had one from playing a lot of basketball, and the doctor drained it and told him if it comes back, drop a book to break it.
Wow.
Also, look up the Bible bump. I don't know.
Bible bump.
I'm thinking biblical plagues. I'm thinking, like, not good stuff.
What the hell is going on here?
Like, what was Sodom and Gomorrah?
Oh God.
They're burned up by brimstone.
Because of how they were acting.
Yeah, they're.
Men.
I'm not gonna.
Raping men, men
Yeah.
raping women, men raping children.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything they could get their hands on, they probably raped it.
The Bible bump to me sounded like a religious STD.
I shouldn't be laughing. What are you doing? What is this?
That's the truck.
Oh,
Project
that
Research
you know. Moved on. I totally forgot about this. Wow, that's a really neat looking truck.
So it says
Yeah, I
it's a
mean-
fluid-filled sack.
Well, yeah, I
Go
think I
ahead,
knew
Jimmy.
that.
See, we even got the tags for it.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
oh,
Catholic pregnancy term. Oh my.
so it is a
It
religious
says that-
STD. It's what that lasts more than 18 years.
It says it doesn't really generally produce any other symptoms, but if it puts pressure on nerves, it can cause pain, tingling, and muscle weakness. Oh, nice.
It hasn't really caused any problems. It's just I was curious as to if anybody
Why
ever
take a picture
seen
of the
something
butt?
like that.
Oh, look at those butts. Hey, if you can be crude, I can be crude.
Those cargo shorts are not regulation length. I shouldn't see your kneecap. standing up.
I think he's fine.
They were putting decals on it for the ride to Colorado.
Okay, that butt's way better. The truck butt.
Like that, Taylor?
Ooh.
Look at
Nice.
a few exhaust pipes
Blue
there.
skies, boys.
What
So is the
sucks,
plan to
though, is
drive this?
They're gonna wrap it, right?
What?
Eventually.
So
But they,
all that
they
work-
wanted the decals on it for the trip. So they're vinyl decals. I mean, they can get them off fairly easy.
I mean, if they design the wrap to where like the Project Refit logo on the side lines up with where they put it on the wrap, it would almost be like an embossed look. But that would probably be really hard to do. I mean, otherwise you got to take a heat gun to it.
Oh, look at that! It's a TARDIS. Oh my goodness, you're a Doctor Who nerd.
You,
Yay!
you didn't know that?
No. Well, maybe I did actually. I think we did talk about it.
I think you look better without a hat.
You know,
I will recognize you without a hat. I won't recognize
you look
with a
great
hat.
bald. I'm just saying.
Yeah, not everybody can pull it off. I know I can't. I'm already thinning and it just looks wrong.
Yeah,
I
see,
just don't like having to comb my hair in the morning. So
I actually started shaving my head as soon as I got out of the service. Back before everybody else was doing it. Then everybody started copying me. Kind of irritated. But now I can't grow my hair back. You know what I mean? Like, so it's too late. You know, I can't like.
I've heard that. People that pick their head and then decide to grow it back find out that they can't.
Well, I was going bald anyway at an early age. That's why I gave up the fight. I was like 24 and I started really thinning out. You know, kind of like
Yeah,
you are
right.
now.
My buddy, as elderly, he was 18, super light blonde hair, and he was
Right.
thinning and bald at 18. I'm like, that sucks. Me, this thinning has been the same since I was in the service, but it's just starting to recede right here.
Right. See, mine was maybe not just it wasn't as bad as yours, but it was thinning. And at 24 to be like that, I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to cut it off.
I hope God
Well, it
loves
didn't
me and
help. You
doesn't
always
hurt
had
my
to wear
hair.
a cover.
You know?
What?
Well, women are fine because you
I
can always
hope
put a
God
wig
loves
on.
me and he doesn't hurt my hair.
Yeah, but women can always wear a wig.
Yeah.
Well, men could wear a
Well, we
wig.
have toupees,
No, you
those
can't. Because you can tell.
you have obviously never been to a cosplay convention.
for everyday use.
No,
So,
I
like,
haven't.
It's less judgy if a female wears a wig versus a male wearing a toupee.
Oh.
You'll
Well,
get
see, I
more
just-
turns for somebody with a hairpiece versus a female wearing a wig.
I just look at it from the standpoint of I think I can pull off bald, so I'm not going to bother.
You do. You pull it off
You
well.
do.
You know
pull
what I
it
mean?
off.
So
I think you could pull it off too, Jimmy.
My head looks like silly putty if you threw it
That's
at the
right.
wall a couple of times, so it won't work. It's very lumpy.
I just heard silly putty and my mind went to many places. I was like, what?
You roll around. Oh my gosh. There was this, when I was working at a call center, this girl, she had long hair. It was really pretty. And she was doing really fancy hairstyles every day. And I was like, wow, you spend a lot of time doing this. And then one day she came in, it was really short. And I'm like, holy shit. And then the next day it was long again. I'm like, oh my God, they're wigs. I didn't realize the whole time she's been wearing wigs. They were really good wigs.
That's hilarious. So she didn't even bother telling you that it wasn't any work that she did. They were just wigs.
No, I would just compliment and say, hey, you look very nice. I like your hair. Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
yeah, okay.
If that was me, I'd have gone, well, here.
yeah, right.
One other girl though, this chick, it was getting hot in the office. This is out in Vegas, and she just pulls it off, sets it on her desk, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that you don't do that. Put your hair back on.
It's like I was working with two guys. Both of them had really long, like ZZ Top beards. One guy comes in, clean shaven. I literally did not recognize the man. A few days later, the other guy comes in, and he was almost unrecognizable. The amount of difference that those beards made was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well,
husband looked like he was semi-attractive, so
Yeah, dude. So good for mustache rides.
Well, the one guy, he said his wife was mad at him because he shaved it, which, yeah, I could probably say.
yeah,
I
Donna
can
told
see
me
why.
don't shave. I came home from the hospital. It was all bushy, and I went to trim it, and she said, "Don't. I like it. Leave it alone."
All about the mustache rides.
So I shaved my head, so I don't have to comb my hair. And now I got to comb my beard. It's getting so long.
I can only pull off a goatee. I've tried, but because I've only ever worn this, all of this is not thick. And then my mustache, you might get a glimpse of it in the sun, maybe, but I can feel it. That's about as much as I have.
Bruno, you're gonna have to stop losing weight, or you ain't gonna be able to pull off Santa.
80 more pounds.
Is that your goal?
That'll make it a total of 160.
Hell
And
Nice.
it's like I lost a whole person. So they're going to put a picture of like half my face on a milk carton. Have you seen the rest of him?
Yeah, I need to go on a diet. What are you laughing about?
I gained like 20 pounds this winter. Like, I'm not even joking. So I'm there with you, bro. Yeah. It's great.
Well, like I was doing good, man. Before COVID hit, I was going to the gym almost every day. It was like 6 days a week. You know, and I was losing weight. I was getting in better shape, and then COVID hit, and I just blew up like a tick.
I was doing okay during COVID, actually, but it was actually when I had to go back to work, roughly in July-ish. September is when I was back full time. So it happened really quick, and work was insanely stressful. A lot of pressure. I'm working with military now. Previously I was enlisted, but now I work with officers, and you get to see the other side of, you know, how the officers can be and how they're very, like,
You know,
not everybody is bad, but if you have one bad leader and they'll be just toxic as hell, You'll never see it from them directly, but you'll hear about it, or you from your boss, or you'll hear about it like, or you'll feel it that there's something wrong, and they'll shame the crap out of you because it makes them feel better. So I really had a rough time the winter, and I didn't handle it very well.
Which is like the worst thing you could do as a leader,
I know.
because you absolutely lose all respect from everybody who sees that, who is a decent person.
Yeah, we had one gal. She's a relatively new civilian in the workforce, to us anyway. And she said, I don't understand. I keep trying to get, it seems like I'm pulling teeth to get people to sign his going away card. And I'm like, yeah, I walked away. I'm like, he was not the most liked. That's for sure. How do I sign on to this Project Refit app thing? I registered, but
You
it
need
says,
a code.
yeah, apparently.
Admin.
No, it's not admin. Hang on, I'll.
No, thanks, bro. Jeez.
It's admin. Oh, it's definitely admin. No, it's probably Doctor Who.
Watch him change it right now. Like,
No, I gotta look it up.
Telephone booth.
I think we're still
No.
live though. So if you don't want it to be shared to the whole world,
No, we're only supposed to share it with other military.
not first responders. Exclude them.
No, military. Yeah, military, first responders.
I'm just kidding. I'm just picking on Vern.
I'm not a first responder.
Okay,
I thought you were.
he's a vet.
Oh.
Where would you have sent it from? Project Research?
Hang on,
I have it in one of.
I'm sending it to you, Jessica.
Thanks.
Actually, I can post it in the thing, I guess.
Send
'cause-
it to all of us.
Yeah, just don't say it out loud.
Are you serious?
We're on live.
No, not you. I'm just the password.
Yeah.
What? That's
Hey,
awesome.
I didn't pick it out. And I know Corbett didn't pick it out because I have his passwords to run the Zoom thing. And it looks like somebody juggled the alphabet and threw it down, and that's the password.
And then some.
They got like the Scrabble cubes, and
He probably has like a random password generator app or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I will never memorize that password. I guarantee it.
Right. Guaranteed to forget it.
No, I mean, I'll never memorize it. I don't have to worry about forgetting it because
Cut and paste this to Fred.
my wife's picking on Alexa again.
No, I was 6 years active Navy.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I thought you were, yeah.
So we went out to dinner the other night, and when I went to register to get a table, the girl asked me if I wanted crayons. And I said, we don't, yeah. We didn't have any kids with us. She said, I saw the dog tags. I figured you might be a Marine.
You should have told her you wanted a seat next to the window so you could lick it.
Oh my god, I mean, it's a funny story to me. I don't know how we'll share here, but I have these shoes, and when I first bought them, I thought they were pink. The shoelaces are definitely pink, but the shoes themselves, I seriously thought they were pink, and then people kept telling me they were red. And so we played a game in my office to figure out what color my shoes are. Everyone says they're red, and I'm the only one who thinks that they're more pink than they are red. But anyway, finally, the Marine in the group, he grabs crayons that someone obviously gave him. He pulls out the red, places it against my shoe, and said, "See, red." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" It was definitely red, but I still can't not see the pink. But anyway, go Marines and their crayons and proving me wrong.
I was Chair Force, so.
I was Army. Now I'm an Air Force civilian.
Well, at least you get fed better.
get fed at all. What are you talking about? I get fed up.
Somebody was grumbling about the new physical fitness requirements for the Air Force because they're like so lax that I could probably pass them at this point. And one of the guys in my old unit said, well, we used to have beer stands when we did the run. And I said, I don't remember the beer stands, but I remember it used to end right at the club so that you could finish your run and go in and have a beer. Somebody else posted, no, there were beer. There was like 2 beer stands during the run so you could hydrate.
I remember smoking and running at the same time.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I remembered a beer stand, but
A beer stand? Remember
Yep.
you say?
yeah, when we did the PT run, somebody said that they had beer stands at a couple places during the run so you can hydrate. And I says, I don't remember any beer stands. I remember we used to finish up at the club so you could finish your run and then go in and get something to drink. But I don't remember stands during the run.
I puked after my runs. I could not see myself having a beer in the middle of one, or one right after, for that matter.
You were in Air Force.
No, I was Navy. I actually had to run. I didn't have 80 pounds on my back doing it, but I still had to run.
It was only a mile and a half, bro. Come on.
Yeah, in 13 minutes. I was never a runner. I was a fat kid growing up that got skinny enough to do what I had to do, and I just still never liked running.
I never did either, but
Not something you need to just jump into. That's for
when I was working in Atlantic City, I used to run 5 miles a day on the beach because if I ran on the boardwalk, it hurt my knees so bad.
Let's just say in high school, doing the 100-yard sprint, I was top heavy, and my upper body didn't keep up with my lower body, and I just face planted on the track.
Oh, that's awful. He did Vern laughing. I'm only laughing because he's laughing.
Okay, we'll go with that.
I'm not afraid to.
James, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you, buddy.
Hey, it was funny at the time. I was like, this is why F you guys. I'm not doing this Burger King run BS nothing. You'll get me in my shorts, I'll shower, and I'll get my points that way. That's it. And weight training. Weight training was easy.
I remember running track in high school, and I never placed in anything. They had me running the quarter mile. I was like last every time running the quarter mile. And the last meet of the season, the coach says there's only 2 guys running the mile. So all you got to do is finish and you'll get a medal. Don't you know right when we're getting ready to start, somebody else comes in? It's like, oh my God. Cannot win to save my life.
No participation medal for you.
Nah, I couldn't have got a participation medal. I was so bad.
I remember, oh my God, I don't know if you guys had these like junior Olympics in like grade school where they do like frisbee toss and hula hoop, potato sack racing, stuff like that.
I can't remember that far back.
So I did. I got 2 first place ribbons for the same event because I broke the school's record. But what was memorable about it is I wound up and I flung my arm back, and as it went behind me, apparently one of the female teachers was back there, and I smacked her across the chest. Like, I didn't even watch my frisbee go. I felt horrified that I smacked this lady. And then it went way over the fence and way past, and they measured it, and they're like, well, you did so good. They gave me 2 first prize ribbons. Yay!
Yay! Hey there, buddy.
Well, look what the cat drug in.
God, The way that you described that run though and falling, I just can't.
I'm telling you, that was funny. But you know,
There's a good way to describe
I was
it.
going to say that, James. You're not the only one who's been described as top heavy. When I when I first got out, I got a job hanging gutters. And
Sorry.
when you're hanging gutters on a house, you have to literally like reach down because you're doing it from the roof.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you got to be like on the edge of the roof. And I had a hard time getting down to that area because I'm top heavy. You know what I mean? And I could just see myself like just falling right off the roof.
Oh no.
So that was my nickname.
There was one season in Vegas where to do extra, like get extra side money. A buddy of mine hung Christmas trees during the holidays, and he got me up there. And I'm, like I said, I'm afraid of heights, but you know, we got to do the roof and stuff. This guy has got his toes over the edge of the roof, bending forward and laying the lights on. I'm like, dude, I'm over here sitting on my ass sideways and truffle shuffling over. I get the other ones. It's just,
You know, it's funny because like I'm not afraid of heights. You know, I can climb a tower. I've hung off the side of a building on a window swing. Heights don't bother me as long as I feel as though I'm not going to fall. Being on the edge of the roof and being, you know, having a heavier upper body than the lower body, you definitely feel like you're going to fall off the roof.
yeah, or me in my case, go through the roof.
Wow. So
I would never be a home inspector because I know they got to get up on the roof. That's got to be
Yeah.
so perilous.
Nah, it's not that bad, really. Being up on a roof is not that bad. Being at the very edge of it, trying to hang gutter off of it, is not that great.
No, I'm talking about like, so if somebody goes to sell a home and they have to inspect it, you don't know the condition of that roof. If you're going to fall through, if there's rot that you didn't see from the attic side, like
That's true.
that to me is a fear. Like my fear would be dying in an enclosed space or drowning. The heights thing, I'm afraid of it, but I'll do stuff still, like just for the adrenaline. Like I skydived, but I'm afraid of heights. You know, the adrenaline was worth it to me.
So you don't know how your chute's back, yet you trust that it's going to open.
Yeah. Well, this is what happened. It was a week before I was shipping off to basic training, and I prayed. I was like, Lord, if I'm supposed to go in the service, I'm going to survive this trip.
If not, I'm going to die.
I like that
That
prayer.
was
It's
my
good.
mentality. And I'm like, we touched down. I'm like, I'm going to boot camp.
Sorry, I'm switching back to my phone.
Oh, that's you dinging in.
Oh,
Whatever the
yep,
mic,
there we
man,
go.
he's been super quiet.
Now there's two of me.
So Mitch doesn't even want to say hi. He's being antisocial.
So rude.
It's far from anti-social, brother. I've been here for probably, I'd say maybe the past, through podcasts, maybe 3, 4, 5 hours, and I haven't said a word. So I've just been listening. I have stories, but yeah.
How you doing, bud?
Let's do it.
Yeah. No, I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm there. People know. But I'm good. I'm just doing what I do for people, personally, relationship wise. I had to take on a new role in life, and a new godfather role.
Okay.
Because my best friend, he did wartime in Qasar, Iraq on the lines, and he did not suck start a 9mm. He decided to suck start a rope in a tree way down in the hills in California on patrol. So I've been spending all my time the past few weeks connecting with his mother, with his wife, and with his child Matthew.
Wow.
And me and that kid is so smart. So good. So me and Matthew have been getting along really well. And I'm really excited about to be a part of his life at this bad thing that happened to him. So, yeah, Project Refit, right? So I'm making the entire family bracelets. I just got mine that I made. So I probably can't really read it. See if we can do two hands. I should put my bipod off my AR so it stays steady, but it's really hard.
Take a picture and put it on the projector.
Not gonna
Oh, your camera went off.
No, I'm sorry for your loss, Mitch. It sucks.
Well,
One of the guys I served with pretty much did the same thing in a tree in Mississippi.
yeah, but it happens, right? In our career field in the military, especially at war, it happens. So, but as brothers in arms with him, I made a promise to him, and we were best friends. He's my best friend. So we made a promise, like, whatever happens, first one goes, you look it after our family, and that's what I've been doing. So, I'm talking to his wife daily, talking to his son, we're FaceTime, and I'm talking to his mother about once a week. So yeah, I'm taking care of him, helping him financially and things like that. So, so that's why I haven't talked much. It's been kind of rough. I just kind of like listening to you guys and your stories and your laughter, because we all have bad times in life. It happens, right? But
Right.
it really define a person and who they are when those bad times happen, if they can stand up and be a better person, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm upholding my promise to him, and I couldn't help him or save him, unfortunately. I was calling him, I was texting him, Facebook calling him, Facebook messaging him. I wasn't getting no responses, and then like a day or two later, his Facebook account's basically deleted, and then I get a call, and I'm on the phone with my best friend Josh. I was helping him work through processes about buying a new piece of land in Colorado and selling it. I was talking to him, and I was like, we were in a deep conversation. I was like, James, I gotta go, brother. He goes, what? I was like, this is my friend. He showed up. James Harrison calling. And I answered the phone. I was like, hey, what's up, my brother? Hey, Mitch? Yes. Hey, this is James' mom. I instantly knew right there. It clicked instantly. I knew. So, but I'm doing everything I can for the family, especially for his son. So, luckily for his son, because when you commit suicide, you don't get a lot of life insurance policy, if any at all, right? So, luckily for his son, he had a really good best friend. So I'm going to help him get his new. He's 14, so he's flying up here to see me here in about 3 or 4 months. We're taking it very slow because this is all hard for him. So I'm paying for his grief counseling. He's going to come here and see me, and we're going to hang out with him and his wife, and I'm going to help him buy his new car. I'm going to uphold my promise and help pay for his college and blah, 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 whatever. But yeah, so I just hate it, man, especially on this weekend too.
Yeah.
Because I know when I was calling him, when he went off, when he went down a trail and decided to take his life, they didn't find him for 7 days, and I know it's gruesome, but it's amazing how when that door closes, other doors open, and oh my gosh, me and his mother Teresa have become like such good friends. And then his wife Patricia, me and her are like, oh my God, we're talking all the time, every day. No, nothing like that, right? Not that. It's just it's me upholding my promise, right? So,
Right.
all right, rant over. Sorry, my story.
You're good,
Okay,
bud.
guys.
How are you doing? Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
Actually good, and I appreciate that. So it goes both ways, right? So his wife called me like 11:30 the other night crying, and I just answered the phone, jumped out of bed, went. walked her through some breathing exercises to calm down. And then last night I got upset and started crying, and I called her, and then she answered the phone. We're going through breathing exercises, things like that. But outside of that, I'm doing really good, man. I'm enjoying my Friday night, my freedom. You know what I mean? It's our holiday, boys. It's our holiday. I'm enjoying my freedom. But yeah.
I think that's, considering the circumstance, if it was one of my buddies, that I had that connection with somebody that was on that level that I could speak to and reminisce about, to have that. So I'm grateful that you have that with his family. So thank you for being there for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's what we do at Brothers in Arms. Now I respect police, firefighters, and military alike, but when you're serving with somebody and you make that pact, that promise, you have to uphold it. You know what I mean? And in the darkest hour of what would be James's family's life and my best friend, I now have become like this close to his son, Matthew. He's 14. His mother sent me 9 pictures today, and she goes, "Sorry for the explosion of pictures, but I wanted to show you what he's doing." And he's an absolute artist, and he's expressing himself in his art and what he does. So it's going to be a great future. I'm fortunate without James, but it's going to be a great future. And I want to make sure that he's taken care of. You got that, bro?
And I'm proud of you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. That's what we do. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for, and that's what we do. So, yeah, no sweat off my back. Just another one down, another one bites the dust. One door closes, and another one opens. You know?
That's heartbreaking, though. Definitely can't relate, but I'm grateful that you're doing that for them.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I don't think I have any more tears that I could shed. But we're moving on past the grieving phase and the sad phase and the angry phase to the happy phase of moving forward in life. And that's where we're going. So it's a good thing right now. Right now, it's a very, very good thing. Maybe one day, maybe a Wednesday, I could bring his wife in, and not his son. It's too soon, way too soon.
Yeah.
He's still he hasn't really calculated all that, but he's so smart. I got off the phone with him yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, Patty, Matthew, thanks for calling me," and they actually called me. This is an afternoon, and we got the phone. I gave him a recipe for my favorite pasta dish, and I was helping them walk through making it. And I was like, "Hey guys, I love you so much, and call me anytime." And his son Matthew goes, "Well, Mitch, I don't think I can reciprocate those words to you yet." I was like, "Well, Matthew, that's probably the best thing you've ever said to me, bud, because I don't think you should either. But in time, you will, hopefully." He's a very smart kid, man. But it's what I have to do. Anyways, sorry for any rant over.
We were all just BSing because I don't think we really had anything to discuss. So
Yeah, we didn't. This is good. This is what this is here for.
exactly.
And the BSing.
Yeah, the BSing is awesome. The BS is awesome. But the best thing is when you have people like us that wear our nation's cloth every day and that give our hearts and souls to not just our nation, our nation's flag, and the uniform we put on, whether it be, scrubs or some battle rattle, doesn't matter. It's the love, right? And we all come from the same breed. We're just a different breed, all of us, right? So that's the way I feel.
Bunch of wing nuts.
Hey, I just want you to know I did play volleyball with shirtless with aviators on. I'm just saying.
Oh my
There
God.
might have been a camera that was going in slow-mo too.
That's embarrassing.
I got really burnt on Virginia Beach playing volleyball, drinking, and got threatened to be written up for destruction of government property.
You're getting sunburned?
Yeah. I couldn't put my boots on.
I bleached my hair and almost got charged with destruction of government property.
Yeah,
I was at return it.
I was in Little Creek and I literally could not put my boots on. It was that bad. We were out there all day from like 8 o'clock in the morning until dark, drinking and playing volleyball.
I'm gonna go to limb and say you guys are definitely Army or Marines, because the Air Force would be like, shh, it's okay.
Nah, man, he's Navy. They're both Navy.
Yeah, I'm Navy too.
I love my Navy boys. Love my Navy guys. Takes a lot of balls.
That's what she said.
All right, that one was too easy. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, he set it up right above the net. I mean, you know, we are talking volleyball.
Fair enough.
Very proud of you.
I held it up. Yes. Where's my participation medal?
You don't get one. You fell on your face.
You didn't make the right generation, bro. You missed it.
Oh, missed it by that much. I haven't seen Mouse in a while. Can't remember his real name though.
Yeah, I've been working. That's why I haven't been on here. Getting up at 4:30 in the morning is just too rough. Working 12-hour days.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't work 12-hour days anymore, but I understand. Need to sleep.
Yeah, being outside in the heat. Being outside in the heat for that many hours, just I got no energy.
Yeah,
No
'cause you're getting the
spring.
heat and the humidity.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, we're literally, you know, on the asphalt, the side of the road, you know, with trucks running.
All sweating.
So I
Yeah.
have a question. Vern. So your workers that run the road, that hold the stop and slow sign,
Right.
is that PVC and plastic, or is there any metal in those?
Pretty sure it's PVC plastic.
All right, because I saw there's a road crew out here moving a gas main from one side of the road to the other, and this dude's out there in a lightning storm. The last one we just had,
Right.
holding the freaking sign. I was like, I pray that stop sign's not metal, because we were getting strikes within a few miles of us.
Yeah, well, like with us, we're not allowed to work as soon as there's a lightning strike within hearing, you know, any sound of thunder. We have to get out of the air because we got guys, you know, working on the lines. You know what I mean? Or I got a crane boom in the air. So as soon as, you know, we get a report of thunder, we gotta rack everything up and cab up until a half hour afterwards. After the last sound of thunder.
These guys worked all night through the storm.
Yeah, like we'll work. We went on a storm call. It wasn't much of a storm, but a box truck took out a pole and a car hit another pole, so we had to go change these poles out in the pouring down rain. And the one pole that the box truck hit, it didn't totally clip the pole in half. It just snapped it to where it was still hanging on an angle, and it still had the primary voltage up top, which is, you know, 7,200. So it's not totally busted off, and we had to swap that pole out while the lines are hot in the pouring down rain.
Nope.
But when the thunder rolls in, we got to shut it down.
Damn. So like the poles you're putting in, are they the steel poles or are they the
Both.
wooden ones?
We're doing both. Yeah, on the line that I'm working on right now, we're doing both, steel and wood.
Yeah, I think they did something like that in Paradise, California. Like when they were just starting to do steel, and I don't know if they were just unfinished and they rusted, but I came through, a few months later and they were just all brown and streaky. I don't know.
Yeah,
if that's
they
like
actually there's two different types. There's galvanized poles and then there's non-galvanized. And the non-galvanized are going to turn brown. And the whole thing is they feel as though that fits in with the woods area better, and now get this. Here's the logic. This is engineers' train of thought and logic. The metal of a steel structure gets stronger when it rusts and turns brown.
What? Doesn't that ruin the integrity of the metal? It oxidizes. That's oxidation. That's rust.
Let's put it this way. I'm going to go with just the logic of something rust getting stronger is an oxymoron. However, I will say that they did a pole line back by my dad's old house back when I was a kid. It's still standing.
It's one of
But
those
but that doesn't mean it's stronger. I mean, we tore out a line 2 years ago that was Bethlehem steel from 1929 that was still standing.
Hey, Bethlehem still. Oh boy. Glad you mentioned that. I'm gonna definitely interrupt because my brother is the head electrician, which is now Steel Dynamics. No, Bethlehem Steel in Virginia used to be Roanoke Steel Mill. Bethlehem bought it. Now it's Steel Dynamics. My brother's the head electrician down in Corpus Christi, working to build the largest steel plant in America. Google it. Steel Dynamics, Corpus Christi. It's awesome. So sorry to interrupt that, but I actually used to work in a steel plant before I joined the military, so that's a thing. I just like, boom, got peaked when you.
No interruption.
I watched Forged in Fire. Does that count?
No, that doesn't compare. Nope.
What about
That's like reading something on the internet.
What about those competitions where the Forge Masters bring their like sharpest knife and they have to go through the obstacle course of cutting rope, chopping wood, cutting water bottles? You seen anything like that? You're both giving blank stares. I'll
No.
take that as a no.
No, what I have seen is I use my knife a lot at work to cut things, and I use a sledgehammer to tighten bolts. Yes. The nuts are like this big around.
I don't that kind of work reminds me of like oil rigging. I watched that oil rigging. That shit looks dangerous. That chain whip around, it'd be like a line snapping on the ship. Cut you in half.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a dangerous job. Our job is dangerous too. We're dropping a giant steel pole down in between 72,000 volts.
How deep do those go?
It varies. Like 30 feet. Is the bucket pile. All right, and then we raise that up to 10 foot with stone. And then the pole will be 10 foot out of the ground. And it's sticking out like 90 feet for a steel pole. Now your wood poles, 6-7 foot for a 50 footer.
Sorry if I'm asking questions that you don't want to answer. I'm curious about what other people do because I'll drive by stuff and I'll be like, I wonder how they do this. Like that show, How It's Made, was a godsend. I used to go to fall asleep to that show. I loved learning the way stuff was put together, the way it was manufactured, designed, all that stuff.
It's cool. I mean, I got a lot of respect for linemen. Their job is not easy. I got the easy part. I pick things up and put it down for them, and grunt for them basically.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Oh. Beyonce's watching John. Their summer movie. Hey Mitchell, I got to ask you because you weren't on the call earlier. Do you have any IP cameras in your house?
So I have several cameras in my house. The only one I keep that's not, I cover them all, but the only one I don't cover is my motion sensor.
Okay. Do you have a secure password and two-factor authentication enabled on your device?
No.
That would be no.
Why? What's interesting?
Check to make
Big
sure your
Brother's
city's not
watching
on
you.
the list. I sent you a link. Scroll through the cities
Okay.
listed on there and make sure your city's not on there.
Big Brother's watching you, Mitch.
There's a
Hey,
website.
hey Vern,
called
say no, I am Big Brother, brother. I am Big Brother. Just so you know.
That's why I don't have no cameras in my bedroom, Mitch.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get Vern.
Yeah, so the discussion was there's a website that publishes unsecured IP cameras. And once you get into them, you're in the configuration of the IP camera. So you can get in through your router and into your system that way. But I just want to make sure you're protected.
Oh, okay. No, I appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna check it out. So 1 second. Let's see. I'm gonna show a folder. I'm gonna copy this to my desktop. I'm gonna post the picture. So I made this bracelet for my best friend. Definitely gonna check out what you got going on, right? Let me see if I can send this. I got too
This
many
is of the
windows
bracelet
loaded
that
up.
you tried showing us.
Yeah, I'm gonna send this to you. And all right, here we go. Right, chat. I don't know if I can show a picture.
No, it'll send a
Chat
link
or
to
not.
that. Yeah, you
Yeah, I
you
can do file. Okay.
Yeah, you can do file or you can send a link, but it'll send us a download option. It won't just pop up in chat.
Yeah, no, this is my gaming PC. I don't do anything nefarious or anything like that that would even jeopardize. So,
Well, no, that's not the concern. The concern is if they get access through your camera, they can access anything connected to your Wi-Fi and compromise your system that way.
oh, okay. Interesting. And drag and drop. There we go. I think I was able to drag and drop.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
it downloading it now. Library.
So yeah, James, I'm I'm cybersecurity intelligence analyst.
Something you should
Highly
know.
tuned in on a lot of. So let's see. Yeah, it's a good one, man. It's a good bracelet. I appreciate it. I bought it from this company called Valhalla Project, but it took me 6 weeks to get that, and that's too long. If I'm going to spend, 30, 40, 50 bucks or something, like I shouldn't have to wait 6 weeks when I can just click Amazon and I could have mouthwash in my house the next day, so.
Right, because that just looks like a piece of steel that was laser engraved, which takes maybe a couple hours, depending on the setup.
Yeah, so and it took me 6 weeks to get it.
I like
Yeah, it's really good. So that's mine personally, because when we were over in Iraq, we were always like brothers for life. And then he lived with me for years, brothers for life. But I'm making 8 more for his family, 1 for his wife and son, and then 6 others for his mother and family. But they're going to have his date of birth, date of death, OAF, UMCASAR location, blah, blah, blah. But I did that one as a test, and I disapprove. It took me 6 weeks to get that. That's just ludicrous. Should not take me 6 weeks. So I'm
Wanna
still on
make
the
sure it's
hunt. So if you have any companies that does something good like that, let me know. As for what you post on here, I'm definitely gonna check that out. I'm all about securing my shit. You know what I mean? Outside of the podcast, when I'm not on the podcast and I'm on my game
Oh, we lost you.
and PC. Yeah.
You're choppy. I don't hear you anymore. Do you guys hear him?
Nope. Mitch. Can you hear me now? How about now?
I can hear you. Is that a picture of you passed out, Vern?
Yeah. With my dog.
There you go. Sorry, but yeah, my game and PC, right?
Alright.
So when I'm not on the game and PC, I'm always I use ExpressVPN for whatever I'm doing, even if it's YouTube. But yeah, I'm
I'm just
definitely gonna
saying
read into it. Thanks, brother.
I'm just saying that's their way into your system is through the webcam. That's the vulnerability. But yeah, this thing has like.
So, cool story. I've spent a fuck ton of money in the past couple months, and I'm very happy about it. Because I grew up with absolutely nothing in life, like just, and especially when I was wearing the uniform or Nation's cloth, it was like, okay, let me whittle my money down till payday, and I can go to 7-Eleven and pull $300 out because that's the withdrawal amount on 7-Eleven, whereas every other place in ATMs are like $200, right? That's how poor I was wearing the uniform. Life's changed tremendously. So I'm very thankful and blessed for that because I came from nothing to have something, and it's a humbling experience to go through that. So me and my buddies have been getting together, and we're planning to go to the firing range and do these cool things. And I'm like, do I really just want to take a weak ass 9mm to the firing range? No, I don't. So I went out and I spent a whole bunch of money. And a lot of work too. Got me a new AR platform to build on, and so this weekend we're going out and celebrating 4th of July. And we're going to do grouping targets, where basically we're going to do a $10 bet per grouping target. Best grouping wins the $10, right? And overall, we put in $500 going in, and overall winner take all. I don't know if that's legal or not. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but whatever. It's just a bunch of guys having fun, right? And so I'm really excited to kind of put this thing in.
Monopoly money. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
Totally. It's a $500 Monopoly money bill, and honestly, that's probably what might happen. But it's gonna be really fun, and I'm really excited for it. So get out there with the guys, get on the range, get your finger on the handle again, and get a feel for it, and then it's gonna be fun. So I'm really excited about it. So
any
we should have a lot of fun.
You gonna bring any Tannenite out?
No, I wish. No. I wish. No, this is just I live in Maryland, man. It's I hate to say this, but it's a very strict state. But you got to mind your P's and Q's and mind the laws and everything.
I would say if you were on the West Coast where it's drier, I would be like, unless you're in the desert and there's nothing around you. But out here where it's so humid, I think you could get away with Tannenite in good proportions.
Yeah, I think so too. But Maryland put in an assault ban up here in, I think, 2013, 2014-ish timeframe. It really wasn't a ban. It was just a restriction on certain things that you can and can't get. So I'm making sure everything I do is 100% by the law. You know, like I'm right by the border. I can't take my rifle or my handgun across the border to go shooting. If I do, and I want to go down to my buddies that live down in Virginia, like just literally 30 minutes from me, I have to FFL them a week prior and then go pick them up because that's the law, and I'm going to abide by the law. But I'm really excited about this new platform I'm built. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And basically, at the end of the day, winner take all in the grouping targets, and then we go back home, we grill out and break out the poker set, and then somebody's got a whole lot more money to play with than I do.
Yeah.
So,
Is that
it's
going to be
fun. It's
scope
going to be
or
a fun
no?
weekend. What's that?
You said you got an AR, right? Or
Yeah. I bought built a new AR platform. We have a bunch, but all of our ARs are at a family gun safe down in Virginia, Southern Virginia, at my stepfather's house. That's where we keep all the family guns at. But I bought a new one, just for sports as practice and have fun with the guys. I usually only go out to the farm I'm estimated maybe 4 times this year that I got there. So, whatever. But,
that's
it's
awesome.
fun, right? So, yeah, it's fun. But
You started
I'm
talking
excited
about
about it.
it.
I'm really excited to get it dialed in and zeroed in. So, yeah. So, sorry.
I mean, start talking about spending ammo, then you know, the money's coming out.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not cheap, especially if you go match grade for competition shooting and things like that. Ooh, you're talking a lot. So, yeah, it's very expensive. It isn't.
I would love to find a range where you could rent like the big guns. Like, I'm talking something you could throw tracer rounds in, because I've never gotten to fire anything larger than a M16.
Really?
Yeah,
Pay
same.
$1,000
It's the biggest I've ever fired was the 5.56. But there is this thing, and we could set up like a fund page, not GoFundMe, but like we could do like donations to make this happen. But there is a place in Texas, in El Paso, and you Google this. I don't know. I think it's like 1,000, maybe 1,500. But they strap you in a helicopter, and you fly in a helicopter with a fully automatic, full machine gun. We're talking like not a 50 cal, right? Maybe like I'm sorry. Yes.
I've seen that.
From a helicopter. Yes.
Oh, because they're a nuisance down there. They're overrun with them. That's like in
So
Miami.
you're doing a justice. They're a massive nuisance. I used to live in Texas. I get it, right? So you're doing a justice, taking out these things, but you're strapped into the side of like a private Bell helicopter, hanging out with full auto. Like I think somebody said M60. That might be the rifle. I don't know. And you're just laying it to waste, man. It's wild. Like, so that's awesome. You need to Google it. Google Texas helicopter shooting.
Biggest thing I've shot was a 5-inch.
Texas helicopter hog hunt price. Helibacon.com.
What a fucking name. Sorry for the cussing. What a name. That's awesome. Is that not cool or what? I definitely want to do it. That's on a bucket list for me.
5,000 per person, up to 6 people.
Ooh, COVID prices.
But it includes the hunt and the safety course, the aerial machine upgrades to shoot full auto from the helicopter, video service, recording it, night vision and thermal guided ground hog hunt, sporting clay shotgun range, lodging for 2 nights, meals, dinner, and breakfast for 2 mornings and evenings. That's not bad.
You get the barbecue, go to bed, wake up the next morning, get in a helicopter, and fire a full auto gun, killing wild boars from a helicopter.
The cheaper one is $2,500. Semi-auto gun rentals with unlimited ammunition. I don't think they realize I could be out there shooting all day. Oh. I'm bookmarking this. What city is this in?
You're like instantly saved. That is really cool. That's on my bucket list. That's definitely a thing that'd be super fun. There's a bunch of YouTube videos out there, people doing it too. Like, how cool is that? That's just like out of this world American freedom right there. That's so cool.
That's awesome. That's American right there. America. Let's see. Where are you? Where are you? Listen. Just says Texas, doesn't say where. Brian.
Oh yeah, Brian, because Texas is a massive state. It's not depicted correctly on the map. It's not. It's you could take if you put a pin, like a thumbtack pin, in the top of the panhandle of Texas, you could spin it, and the bottom of Texas would touch California coastline and the East Coast coastline. It's not depicted how large that state.
So it's just outside of Austin, is what it looks like east of Austin. Oh, it's in between Austin and Houston. So Austin, northeast is Bryan, and then if you go southeast, that's Houston. It's right there in the middle.
Yeah, it's a good location. Give you a guesstimate. So from San Antonio to Austin is 1 hour. From San Antonio to Houston is about 2 hours. And you're talking no traffic, interstate. You're the only car on the road going 80 miles an hour.
Well, you can fly into Houston, right? So that's...
Yeah, I got a couple of friends that live in Houston.
Yeah,
and actually, contrary to popular belief, Houston, if I'm not mistaken, is the largest city in America. Not dense population-wise, but the largest city, right?
But like
dense
acreage.
population, obviously New York and LA, but
Yeah, I got a buddy that lives out in Austin. He's been dying to get me out there, and if I'm gonna go
dude,
west,
you got
I'm going to
a new
California.
reason. You got a new
I have
reason. You bookmarked it.
Absolutely right. Holy shit, that's awesome. And thermal cameras. I'm like, let's go, boys. We're going at night. Let's do it. That just checks all the boxes. You got tech, you got guns, you got diesel burning. I don't think Carrie would want to do it. I'd be doing that by myself, but I would love to do that.
Yeah, put the money aside and save it, man. It's on my bucket list too. I plan to do it. So in time though. In time when it gets there. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it won't be in the next few years because I've got stuff already. Like this September, I'm flying out to California for a week to see family and visit my mom's grave, and then next September, Carrie and I are getting married. So then we're doing our honeymoon in Chicago. So that's our travel for the year.
Why Chicago?
I know. Because we met each other in the Navy, so we were going to go up to Great Lakes and do a little bit of the sightseeing. Like this trip, when we go to California, we're also going to go visit our old base,
right?
and apartments where we stayed together and stuff. It's reminiscent. I wish we could go onto the base of PX and all that, but can't.
Why can't you?
Not worth it. Our ship's in Honolulu got decommissioned in 2015. I don't even need. That would be the only reason I'd go on base, was to see the ship.
Well, you could probably go on the base and go down the pier. You won't be able to go on the ship itself, but you'll probably be able to look at it from the pier.
I've been on that pier plenty. I
Right.
don't need to see it.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
walked
it's
that
like-
pier lots of times.
Yeah, the Yorktown's in the Philadelphia Naval Yard. I've seen it from the 95.
Like we were in dry dock for I think 6 months. So
Right.
I got 6 in dry dock and going up 50, or not 50, but like 15, 20 flights of freaking stairs just to get to work. And then you go to lunch, you gotta come all the way back down them. And then we were in, I think, 4 different piers at that base. Phuket, I wouldn't mind seeing that base again. That port. That was a fun port. But yeah, San Diego, that was my home port. I lived and breathed on that freaking base. I don't need to see it again. Not if if the ship was there, I'd be on board.
I thought about going down to Norfolk and just to take the wife because she's never seen it down there.
They the USS New York is it the New York? It's got the Freedom Seal in it. I think it's in New York. It launched in 07. Yeah, the USS New York was built with the steel from the Twin Towers. That would be something I'd want to check. And I think actually there's a ship up in upstate New York in Albany. USS Slater. That's a destroyer. So I've only been on the outside of a destroyer. I've never been on one.
Yeah, I've never been on destroyer. I was on a missile cruiser and a helicopter carrier.
I was amphibious assault, so we carried Marines, so I got to see like the hovercrafts and the freaking all the Marines equipment. We had a Sea King, the dual propeller helicopter. We had Hueys on board. We had Harrier jets on there.
We're on LHA.
LHA, yeah. And it was awesome. Like when we did our swim calls in Hawaii, they'd open up the back of the ship and flood it. And then you just walk down the freaking walkway and go out into the water.
Yeah, we we used to jump off the flight deck.
Yo, that shit's so high up.
Yeah, it's about 35 feet. On a small boy, it's about 35 feet to the water.
Yeah, that's not that far. But like on
yeah, isn't it amazing when you do that? So I'm an Appalachian hillbilly. Grew up in the Appalachian Mountains. I'm proud of that. But we used to go cliff diving into the creeks, and when you jump down, even at 30, 40 feet, it's almost like it's slow-mo. Like, your whole brain just goes into slow motion. Like, if you jumped off the deck, then you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, well, oh, go ahead.
The only thing that really that sucked about swim call on the small boy was the only way to get back up on the ship was a cargo net. And your toes got crushed against the steel. And the first time I went to climb up on the net, I didn't time it right, and I grabbed hold of the net, and then the wave came and drowned me. I didn't wait till I rose up and then grabbed it and started climbing. I grabbed at a low spot, didn't even think about it. That was fun. My buddy, he
You know, Vern, they probably don't let the boys do that anymore.
Probably not.
The young bucks. I work with a lot of Navy guys. I love my Navy guys. I work with a lot, but I don't think they let them do it anymore.
I mean, because when I was in, we heard rumors of swim call. The ship that I was on, we heard rumors of it, but never had it. And then when I was on the Yorktown, we were in the Caribbean, we heard rumors of it. And then one day I was standing watching, and it came over Warren MC. And I couldn't believe it with my ears. Of course, I had to finish my watch, and then I got to go swimming.
All right, so I'm gonna call you boys out right here. Which one of you here is a trusty shellback?
I am.
You are your shellback?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my
I'm not a golden
boss is
shellback.
a blue nose. You're a
Yeah, I'm
shellback
not
as well? All right, so yeah, my boss is a blue nose.
Yeah, I'm not a blue nose.
Yeah. You can't even get it anymore, man. They don't let you do it anymore. They got to mind P's and Q's too much. Can't be wild and crazy like you could back in the day. Good luck on getting a real blue nose.
Well, when I went through, they had just gone through the whole hazing shit, so we still did everything. We just didn't film anything.
That's actually really cool if they can let you still do that. Yeah. So
I
what's
remember
the
when
other one? What's the Arctic? Blue nose is Arctic, right? But what's the Antarctic one?
Don't know, never went there.
I
I don't
heard
know.
though.
I don't know.
I heard like if you're on watch in Antarctica that you get a shot of whiskey before your watch because of how cold it is. I don't know if it's true. That's just what the rumor around the ship was.
Yeah, I wouldn't even put that far fetched from the truth, to be honest with you. But I know we know blue nose and shellback, but I just don't know what the one in the Antarctic is. I know it's something. I just don't know.
Let's see. How would you even Google that? When it's something you're not supposed to talk about. Like,
Asshole Navy sailors want to know what your name is in Antarctica. Like, I don't even know how you Google that.
Antarctic Ritual, U.S. Navy.
ritual Navy. Line crossing ceremony. Red nose. Wait, hold on. I gotta read this.
I remember when I got my surface warfare pin, hazing was still big back then. Everybody on the ship would smack your chest, and the back of the pins, my whole chest was bloody because the pins went through the backing plate. So every time somebody would walk by you, they'd smack you on the chest and would poke you another 2 times.
I knew about polywogs and shellbacks. I'd never heard of Sons of Neptune. Those are the only ones listed on this Wikipedia. Royal Diamond Shellback? I've never heard of that one either.
So 2 weeks ago, I had to put my dog down.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Was that the dog in your pictures, the chocolate lab?
Yeah, she used to sleep and snore on my chest.
Oh my God, man, I'm so sorry. Those things are just such. I had a yellow lab, and when I divorced, me and my wife divorced, mutual and cordial. She took the yellow lab because the dog loved her more than me. I'm so sorry, man. That sucks.
Well, it's weird. Like, we had Duke before her. He lasted 16 years. She lasted 14 years. I bought her for my wife as a present for her birthday. And it was like my wife's partner in crime. When she was out in the garden, the dog would be with her all the time. So my wife couldn't take her to the vet, so I ended up having to take her to the vet. That sucked.
Yeah, they're just such lovable dogs too, man. I'm so sorry for your loss. That Those dogs are like family members. They're just like a son or a daughter. I'm sorry for your loss because
Mm-hmm.
they're
Appreciate
really
it.
that important to you. Yeah, I know how important those things can be. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't have
Especially
kids.
cats, dogs ever.
Yeah, we don't have kids. Our animals are our kids.
Yeah, no, that lab was your child, and it requires so much attention too, and they're always needing of attention and a lot of work. And man, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's all right.
Are you guys gonna adopt another one?
Well, right now we still have a shepherd. She's 11. Still in pretty decent health. I don't know what we're gonna do. The lady that we got Duchess from, she has another male who just got lucky. We're going to see like 4 to 6 weeks, if the mom is showing. We might get a puppy from that litter.
That's good. That is a lot of work. So if you can see my camera, I think I have it on. So this little guy here is my best friend. This little guy is a Pomchi. His name is Dusty, and he is the best friend to me. He is my boy. Yes, I know all about it. But he's super easy to take care of. I don't have to worry about taking him out, walking him. When he wants to go outside, open the door, he comes right back inside. And he's just sitting there cheesing at me right now, my feet. Yeah, you want back up here? Come on. But he's almost like a cat, man. I just give him water and food, and that's about it, He's crate trained when I leave the house to go to work, and he's a cute little guy. Yes, I know all about it, boys.
Yeah, my buddy, his wife had a dog that looked a lot like that one. And he had a stuffed monkey. Yeah. That dog was full of energy.
Yeah, but they're called toy dogs, right? Stop. Quiet. So they're called toy dogs. It's their breed. Their whole soul in life is to please their owner, which obviously is us, right? So his whole sole job is to make sure I'm happy. So like when my best friend did what he did, and I basically just was sitting in the couch crying, he just nonstop just kept licking my neck, just nonstop, because he knew I was not happy, right?
Uh-huh.
Their whole job is to please their owner. Whereas labs, they just want to play and have a whole lot of fun, and they're full of piss and vinegar and a lot of energy. A lot of energy. I bought like this $40 inflatable pool from Amazon, and I went and I spent about 2 hours like putting it together and filling up with water and clearing out debris by the fire pit, so it wasn't sitting on the grass, it was sitting on concrete. That fucking bitch, her name was Hope. That fucking bitch runs right in there and just grabs it, jumps in the water, rolls around it a couple times, and then grabs the side of it, rips it apart, and just rips it to shreds. Well, there goes that. Labs are a lot of work, but they are the absolute most lovable dogs you'll ever have. German Shepherds, Pit Bulls, they can fuck off. There's no better dog than a lab. No better dog. Prove me wrong, you can't, because they're beautiful little dogs.
I really liked Duke. He was a golden retriever shepherd mix, and it was one of a kind. But to choose between the two of them, I really couldn't. They're both great dogs. When they were young, both of them were a pain in the butt when they were young. Duke, he wouldn't shut up. Like to chew a lot of stuff. Duchess, she
Did he ever just whine when he wanted attention? Like,
yeah, Duke used to howl when the the fire department whistle would go off, he would literally howl like a
Yeah,
wolf.
that's what they do. Yeah, that's
And
what my yellow.
and Duchess, she ended up eating my Navy achievement medals, the pictures that were on the wall. Yeah.
You can't even be mad about that. You can't even be mad about it.
No, not anymore. I mean, I was a little upset when it first happened, but when I think about it now, it's just like, yeah, it is what it is. And there was another one too with it. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember, but yeah.
Oh yeah. This dog, my yellow lab just ate everything. It was ridiculous. And the moment we bought a huge cage, we slowly crate chained her a little bit, right? So she would be comfortable in her cage and make it her home and not a punishment area. Oh my God. Even when she went in there, as soon as anybody walked in the vicinity, it was like, and it was just nonstop whining, like, let me out. And labs are a lot of work. Whereas this little dog I got, no, he's your best friend. He sleeps with me next to the bed. He only goes in the cage when I leave the house. And
See,
I got a cat. It's a calico cat. They sleep together. They're just great.
I don't cage my animals. And my whole theory behind that is I have a giant front door that has glass from top to bottom. And when people come to the front door, they see Bella. I don't know if you've seen a picture of Bella, but she's a silver sable shepherd who is not very friendly looking. The criminals are going to go to the next
I'll
house.
cage mine because he's a small dog and he's not as smart as, say, a lab or a shepherd. And if I leave him to have run of the roost of the house when I'm gone, because I just, 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, and if he runs around it, he just tears shit up. He's like, oh, where's my dad? Where's my dad? And so I only keep him caged when I'm at work, and that's only for, anywhere between 8 hours, max 10, but usually about 7.5 hours. Because I usually don't do 8 hours. But he's really good. And then as soon as I come home, I let him out. He starts storming out. He does little circles, chasing my feet, jumping on him. I give him his treats, and he has full reign of the house. So.
Yeah, well, the only reason why I really don't is, like I said, I just want them to have free reign of the house for watching the house. You know what I mean? That's
that makes
for somebody breaking in. You know?
That's a better deterrent than a 20 gauge shotgun. I was talking to one of my coworkers when I was building my new AR platform, and he's like, "Well, I want a gun for home protection." I'm like, dude, the AR is not home protection. That's sportsmanship. That's not home protection. If you want a home protection gun, you got two choices: 38 snub nose or a 20 gauge. He goes, well, why not a 12 gauge? I was like, if you get a 12 gauge for home protection, I'm sorry, but you're a dumbass, because A, you're going to destroy your house as soon as you pull that trigger. You get a 20 gauge, right? It's much less damage done to the house. And you don't even need to pull the trigger. All you got to do is go. And if anybody in the house hears that shotgun click, they're running the other way. That's your home protection. But dogs are the best, and he's that way. If anybody even touches that screen door out front, he just goes nuts. He does not stop until I say his name. I got ADT, home alarm system, motion sensors, and all that BS. He's probably the best thing I got for home protection.
Yeah, see, I don't need any of that. I don't need an ADT and all that crap. Like I said, they took one look at Bella. The guys come up from Amazon. And when it's funny when they don't realize that, she's in here, and then she happens to like walk by the glass door as they're walking up, and she sees them as like at the same exact moment they're putting the package down. She goes postal against the glass. They go running. It's hysterical. I know it's so messed up to laugh about that, but it is funny.
The sad thing they don't know is she just wants to lick them to death.
Yeah, not really. She was never socialized as a pup. We got her late in years, so she's not people friendly. She likes me and my wife. You know, a couple people are okay, but if she don't know you, yeah, she's not friendly.
Okay, yeah, because my yellow lab and my little dog, they both would go nuts, and both of them just wants to go nuts because they want to hug the person that's coming in.
Right.
So they're very social.
Yeah, labs are totally different than shepherds when it comes to that. You know, and shepherds really aren't very aggressive if they've been socialized as a pup. See, a lot of it has to do with I think with all dogs is the upbringing, just like with humans. You know, I'm a firm believer in it's how something's raised, whether it be people or animals. Listen, guys, I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed. It's good talking to you guys, and I'll catch you around.
I think we're all right by your side.
Yeah.
Hey, I enjoyed
Run
that.
out
And
of-
wherever you lost your dog, man, I actually lost your family member. I'm sorry. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I do.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate
I know
it.
how much.
Yeah. You too, Mitchell. Glad to see your smiles, though. Glad to see you here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry I haven't been around much, but I try to get in here and I've been trying to just listen to people and talk. And, you know, Vern's been there, Bruno's been there. Me and Bruno talk offline every once in a while. And just unfortunate that, like, people in here like Jessica and Jimmy and these guys didn't chime in and say, shut the fuck up, let me talk, you know, and I wanted to hear them too. But so I appreciate you guys listening. I probably did.
They were talking earlier. Yeah, they were all talking earlier.
That's funny.
Jessica's probably playing a video game right about now. Jimmy's probably 3 sheets in the wing, and I have no idea what Sennheiser's doing. He's taking into his bowl of Lucky Charms of beer.
Oh shit, that's funny. That's hilarious. But yeah, no, I'll be aside, man. I do. I'm sorry for your loss because that's a family.
I appreciate it.
So I'm sorry.
Okay, guys, I'll see you later.
Folks, have a good night. I'm out of here
You too.
Good night.
Hi and good night, I guess.
Or so he thought. ...
Insert emoji here.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I hope you have a good night, man. And again, I say the same thing he did. And thank you so much for being so strong, at least in terms of loving the family. So.
Yeah, the family don't have a lot of money, so I'm pushing a lot their way. So it's the least I could do, right? Because we made a promise. So that's when you become brothers in arms. That's what you do. So, and it actually gives me pride doing that. You know, makes me happy doing that. So it's a good thing, not a bad thing. So.
Yeah, that's good. Just don't overextend yourself either. Just make sure you're not.
Yeah,
Make sure you're loving yourself too.
Yeah, that's number 2 bank account, right?
Yeah.
So you get it, but
I do.
I got my dog, my big house, my cars, and everything, so I'm happy. I'm doing very well. So. I just like being around you guys, like-minded people.
That's what's up, bruh. I'll try and be
Yeah,
on here a
right?
little more often. It is a little late for me, but that's also not like a bad thing either. I like that it's out of the way of everything else. So come on, fall asleep, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. Make dinner, eat, listen to these idiots talk.
Yeah. letting this idiot rant on. You missed most of it, but hey.
I know. I was on the phone with the family, so it happened. So
Oh yeah, there was nothing to rant about. I'm kidding. I like literally just shoot the fat.
that funny story make you laugh where you go. So
All right.
I played a few video games with Bruno's grandson and totally whooped his ass.
Oh, he's how old did you say he was? He is.
He's working on his mic.
14.
Oh, and you beat him?
Yeah, got
Oh
his
man.
39-year-old.
Oh yeah, that's
Got beat by
bad.
old.
But you know what? That kid
He
gonna
beat-
just beat the crap out of you in like a week.
He beat two of them at the same time.
I did actually. But they were really cool. They were really nice. And his grandson has this whole team set up for his online presence when he streams, and it's actually quite professional and really interesting to watch too. So yeah, I gave him 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, he's going to be a celebrity guest at his first con this year.
It's gonna be super awesome. You gotta make sure you message me details or post on Facebook, Bruno.
Oh,
So,
that's
super
cute.
cool. Yeah, his little grandson, man, that kid's got a lot of talent. He's got some success waiting for him. It's pretty cool.
He's got a big head too, but
Yeah, full of cockiness, like all of us military members and first responders. We're all cocky. We know it.
yeah,
Speak for yourselves.
I don't think he's interested in going in the military though.
No, I'm arrogant as all to get up. Oh my goodness, it's bad sometimes. I'm like, no.
Called it.
It's so bad.
We're all like-minded people.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
All
you
right.
off.
No, you're fine. You're good. All right, Bruno, Jessica, and everybody else still on here. You guys have a great night, and I will try to be here Monday. If not, totally, I'll be here Wednesday.
right.
I don't think Monday's going to happen because it's 4th of July, but every 4th of July, so I have this like $2,000 sound system in my car, and then like a $3,000 sound system in my downstairs man cave, which you see. This is my man cave. So I sync them together and I blast Lee Greenwood when the fireworks go off, as loud as you can get. Like the neighbors can hear it 3 street down the road. I don't care. So very proud. And I fly my flag 24/7 with a spotlight on it. So,
Oh
so
my
it'll be fun.
God.
It's gonna be yeah. I'm a huge patriot, so it'll be fun.
Rocking.
Well, you guys, yeah, hell yeah, that's what I do. You guys enjoy your 4th. Happy 4th of July, and you guys are awesome. And thanks for having me to be a part of this. It means a lot to me. And thanks for letting me share my story tonight. Appreciate it.
We're glad to have you here, Mitch.
Yeah, it's been a process. You know that, Bruno, but things are going well. So
It's always a process.
it is. Everything's a process, but things are
Well-
going on the up and up. So
Well, thankfully, sleep doesn't have to be. Good night. I'm gonna go.
go to bed.
I know. I have such a hard time. Like, I love being connected, but
That's funny. She probably hit the wrong button. She was laughing when you said that too. All right, thanks for love you, brother, and catch up with you soon. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
So, time to call it, gentlemen. Anybody still there? All right, gonna end it, and hopefully I'll see everyone on Monday.